I learned from them to take the blackness from the blood, the wounds from the flesh, the evil from the soul. And though I may die, you, my child, will live on. Open thy eye and see the world truly, and know that what you do now goes on to heal another generation.
We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Ah, crap, I turned the intro on again. Never can get that to go. Never can get that to go. The buttons are so small. Anyway, welcome to Valley by Night. It's the Tuesday night campaign here on Dire Bear, where we're playing Vampire 5th Edition. I'm your storyteller for the evening, Jason, from over the Nerd Eternal Network. And with me, as usual, will be Duba playing Alexander, Rat playing Maeve, Decca playing Blackjack, Sarah playing Jolene, and Eric playing Samuel. We had a little bit of a brawl last time.
Yeah.
There was a rush back to the city. Let's see. You rushed back to the city. And actually, you kind of split up there. Samuel went pretty much straight to...
where Riri was.
Right. Where she had taken her group and hidden in the domain. They had captured
Becky.
Was it Becky? Okay. Out of that group. And Jolene was familiar with her. She was possibly Jolene's biggest fangirl. Very impressed with that Jolene can spout stigmata. Clearly it's a sign.
It's a sign she's hungry. That's it.
But, and Jolene and Maeve caught it with her after swinging by the Coteries' shared haven. The Evening Primrose, I believe it is. Antique shop.
He did it.
Remembering names.
To give her, where she grabbed a couple of potions and a couple bags of blood to tide her over. Blackjack and Alexander went off to investigate the another hotel some of the Thin Bloods had been staying at to find out what had gone on there. And I believe Abba and two of the other Badi Hakim were checking out the third spot. That was kind of on the other side of town. Alexander picked up some clues while Blackjack distracted a police officer. Abba and her group found a young man that had young lady that had escaped out of the hotel. Kind of had her tied up at the moment she spoke to Samuel and got calm enough that they could let her loose. You know, as she hadn't met them, they were just more strange kindred showing up to grab her. Let's see, the fight had concluded. You had taken... Did you have 3 captives?
However many were alive still are the ones we took the captives.
Yeah.
They're the ones that didn't meet true death. Just either
The ones that
knocked out
didn't
or...
dissimulate.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because some of them just got kind of burned up.
Mm-hmm.
But the sheriff and quite a few of his deputies had shown up. Plans have been made to scrub video footage, or any video footage that might have gotten picked up on camera. I believe Alexander had assured the sheriff that he would handle the store cameras as they're in the domain, and he's kind of got back doors set up into a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And the sheriff was going to contact one of the Ventru to see about scrubbing any camera footage from the bank next door or bank across the street. And it's unsurprisingly the Ventrue kind of run the banks.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end, let's see, I believe Blackjack had basically given Bree his car since he used hers as a melee weapon.
Ranged weapon.
Yeah, I guess technically it was
Favorite
ranged. But,
It would have made a great, like, bludgeoning weapon.
don't know if they would hold together real well, though.
Mm.
But, somewhere in the tail end of that, I believe Jolene got a phone call. Eddie, who had been missing and kind of... I can't say he triggered these events, but he was the starting point in this story, kind of.
A catalyst.
But who'd been missing, called Jolene on a phone she didn't recognize. He was just getting back in town and wanted to meet her at the Walton Mountain Elysium. Which sounds fancy. It's really just a bar. You know, a decent bar, but it has some back rooms set aside just for kindred business. As well as one that was clearly an interrogation room that y'all have used before.
Yep.
That's a nice thing to know.
But,
Man, vampires have thought of everything in the last couple millennia.
I know.
vampires have thought of nothing. They steal things from people.
It's true.
They are cursed and damned. They don't create anything.
More like them.
She's got a point.
But, and I think Samuel was going to drop you off there.
Yep.
Samuel was taking her.
Yeah, same difference.
Adult escort.
Yep.
Taking this daughter thing really serious. No, she's not being alone with some dude in a room. Nope. Why's your dad standing in the corner?
Don't worry about it.
Why is he standing in the corner on fire? Don't worry about it.
That's just his temper. Don't worry.
Yeah. Just don't worry about it.
Just becomes anger from whatever movie that is.
The Pixar one. I can't remember it.
Inside Out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Playing vampire. We don't reference horror movies. No. Let's go reference Disney Pixar movies.
Hey, I mean, if it works.
Somewhere during all this, Samuel's fire has gone out, though.
Unsurprising.
And probably not a bad idea considering, he's straddling a gas tank right now.
Yeah.
But, alright, so you two are taking off for Walton Mountain. The sheriff and his deputies had taken... And I think, did the Scourge show up?
I think
No, not unless you wanted him to.
Okay, I was trying to think about had him show up or not.
Yeah, I don't believe he did.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
he may not
he-
have. He may not have. I don't
he
think
showed
he
up
did.
when we got the Boogeyman one, but he didn't show up for this.
That's right. Anyway, they've gathered up the those that you've taken. They stake them all, though most of them are already in torpor. But
Just in case.
yeah. They got a wrecker comes and gets Bree's car.
I mean,
Uh,
hands are already chopped off of the ones that can create the fire, so.
That is true.
It is an
That is
important
true.
thing.
Yep. It said you had a couple of the Brujah deputies that flipped Bree's car back over.
Take a picture of it, send it to Bree.
What did you do to my car?
It's a great ranged weapon.
You just get kind of 3 dots back.
Now, if you need some personal effects, I'm sure they're still there.
Just let me know what wrecking service they use,
Thumbs up.
and I'll take you up on that. Keeping this one.
That's totally fine.
Let's see now. Had y'all decided on another place to hide them?
Oh,
Hide. Oh, Thin Bloods.
Because Bree Bree's a day drinker, you know, like Jolene is. Not everybody in that group is. Now she did say they could probably cram the ones that weren't in the trunk. You know, wouldn't be comfortable. But
well, in her trunk they could. Now they have Blackjack's car, which
a
is
Beetle.
a Beetle, which doesn't
Oh.
really have a trunk.
that's
Yeah.
right.
What's the name of what is the name of those UV proof bags that they have?
Sunbags?
Something like that. They're specifically an item in Vampire.
It's
forget
I
what they're
think
called.
called a sunbag.
That's it. Sorry.
Yeah, because Maeve has one in her car
Yeah.
for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Until she can learn to meld with the earth and hide in that.
Yeah.
Though there are rumors of bad things that happen to some ganger that do that these days. They hear voices. Well,
Yeah.
a voice.
One singular voice.
I think one of your ancestors may have been the first one to hear that.
Probably.
So anyway, Jolene and Samuel headed to Walter Mountain. Blackjack, Alexander, and Maeve. What are y'all doing?
Alexander would probably be going through and doing as he promised, looking through all the footage, seeing what he can get to just go ahead and just start deleting and maybe cropping together,
Okay.
make it look like, nothing
How-
happened.
Closer are we to sunrise?
I remember it being relatively early.
Like, I thought it was like 3-ish.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you don't
we're-
have much of the night, but you're not
I'm not in a rush to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
Well,
plenty of
we're in
time to get
town.
anywhere you need to, and y'all are already in your
Maeve.
domain.
Maeve was gonna eat.
That's right. She's got some aggravated damage to get rid of.
She does.
Yeah.
Some critter with fire breath the session before last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this session too.
Yeah, but she was able to
Oh yeah.
mhm.
But all right. So Bree will carry on with her original plan, which was crossing the hill into the Big Cove, Valley Cove. I forget. I'd have to check the map. But anyway, basically she went a little north of the Brat Pack's domain. She was gonna go over there and hit. I think there was either some apartments or a motel over there. You know, it was not a perfect solution, especially since they seem to be getting tracked. But
Well, we found out they were being tracked via the something on the car.
their car got tagged like that as they were fleeing the
So-
hotel.
Mhm.
How they knew what hotel they were staying in is still a complete mystery. Big Cove. It's Big Cove they went to. All right.
Okay.
Blackjack's gonna Uber home.
Maeve can drop him off.
That works actually. I didn't know. I forgot who brought their cars.
Actually, I think I've got that all written down. Sam's in his motorcycle. Yep. But all right. So Alexander gets dropped back off at his place and starts scrubbing footage.
Blackjack gets dropped off at his place.
I
Right.
appreciate it.
And in the footage you're scrubbing, there's no footage of Blackjack picking up the back end of that car, because that was around the side of the building. But there is some footage of the car flying or flipping over and hitting those people. And then there's some footage of them throwing fire around, and it's definitely some stuff that needs to be scrubbed.
Just make Blackjack a copy.
I know.
No. The mere existence of the footage would be.
Yeah, no, I was being sarcastic.
So- The mere existence is the preaching of the masquerade.
Well, now, granted, these
Yeah.
guys are throwing fireballs. That screams wizard more than vampire, so
This is more barbarian.
You probably got some good footage of Samuel on fire.
Oh yeah, he'd love that.
And then him running away.
Jolene eating a guy.
Did you only need a guy?
Yeah, she at the end when she grabbed the guy that was trying to run away and was like, "Nah."
But you don't have any trouble scrubbing that. Y'all have got a pretty good handle on your domains, that kind of thing. You're set up for.
That was the goal.
Let's see. And Maeve is gonna go grab herself a bite to eat.
Yes. Well, can I start doing for aggravated midway, eat, and then continue?
Well, you can only
I'm
check
at-
to heal aggravated once a night.
Yes. So say I gotta rouse or whatever.
Which what 3 rouse checks for every aggravated.
So can I do 2 rouse checks if I get hunger? Those 2 eat something and then do my 3rd rouse. Or is it 3 rouses in a row?
You would, if you're trying to heal that aggravated, you have to make all the rolls at once.
Okay.
Eat first.
I'm at 2 hunger.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do 3 rolls though.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Oh. Yeah, she's gonna go hunting to at least get rid of one of these aggravated damages.
Okay.
So, let's go.
All right, then. I think I've got the screen pulled up here.
3 successes.
All right. All right, now it's weapons and.
Baby, can you check on the food real quick? I'm gonna knock the person out, right? Have enough for the first hunger. Rouse my blood. And then if I get any hungrier, take another slake.
All right, so you can take 2 from a person without harming them.
Yes.
So you do that just immediately. That's
I take 1 slake because I'm not gonna kill him.
well, you can take 2 from a human without doing them any damage.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the first slake now. Because to get rid of all my hunger, I have to kill him and I only had 2 hunger.
Oh, I got you.
I'm gonna roll and then slake my other hunger from them
Gotcha.
because I've knocked them out.
I got you. Okay. So you take a sip, and then you kind of focus on. Now, did you do your usual go after a drug dealer, or are you just grabbing the first person you see?
First person I see that's hella alone. Hella alone.
Hello.
Okay. So that gets rid of 1 damage, right?
Yes. When you're aggravated,
I got 2 hunger.
does it go?
I'm gonna
Does it
take-
become superficial, or does it go away completely?
I don't know.
Let me see if I can hunt that down.
All right, you be hunting that down. All right. So you got you got a little bit hungrier doing that, but not too bad.
And then I'm gonna slake that, well, at least the other hunger. So
Okay.
down to 2. I'm gonna lick the wound clean. Prop them up against the building. Take their money, and then go home.
Yeah. All right. Well, what you did was you caught somebody at a stop sign, and you basically ran up and snagged them out of their car. A lot of the red lights in town have cameras on them. Not all of them, but some of them. But stop signs, not so much. So, and then you drag them over off the road into the bush.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just leave their car sitting there?
Nah, she's gonna park it, turn the car off, leave the keys there and whatnot,
Okay.
but have the door closed and everything. And she's cleaned it all up, licked the wound clean and everything. So. And that's that, and then she'll go home.
All right. Samuel and Jolene, you get to Walter Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Before they go in, she's gonna be like, does this feel like a trap? I mean, am I just being really paranoid about this? He was gone and now he's back, and like immediately want to meet up.
Well, it's always possible. I believe that's what I'm here for, yes?
I mean, I really don't feel like fighting my way out of something again tonight. It's been a really, really long night.
Yes, it has. I have no desire to do so either.
And then Samuel and Jolene turn around and go home.
Fuck it, we're leaving. No. Alright. It's probably fine. This is probably fine. We're just being paranoid about this. I mean, we just fought a demon and like half a dozen vampires. This is fine.
Devil worshipping vampires.
Well, couldn't hurt.
Everything outside the club looks normal.
Yeah.
Or bar.
Alright.
Wait, I mean, this late, it's, this late the open sign's turned off, but, it's still open to Kindred.
Yeah.
And there's a couple cars in the parking lot, so.
Are any of the cars Eddie's?
No.
How the fuck do you get back?
Have to go in and ask him.
Should have stole his car when I had the chance.
Yep, just take its car. Oh, yeah. Kind of squares her shoulders. Looks like she was just in a boxing match because she was, and goes in.
Squares her shoulders, walks in regally like the queen she is.
Think
Square
murder.
their shoulders, look straight ahead, murder.
You walk in. One of the Toreador ghouls that is one of the usual people that runs this place. Greets the two of you as you come in. He's becoming fairly familiar with the two of you at this point. You've been in it 3 or 4 times here recently, so.
Anyone show up here recently?
Yes, there's a gentleman in one of the back rooms that said to keep an eye out for you.
Exactly. He was by himself?
Yes.
Okay.
Came in the back way. Looked like he'd been in a bit of trouble. And he kind of gives you the up and down. I knew
Just
some
a bit of
stuff.
trouble.
I have heard of a few incidents tonight, but just rumor mill.
Yep. And just walks to the back.
He looks at this point like he was hoping you'd tell him something a little more concrete. But he goes back.
We have a lot to deal with right now. Unfortunately.
Of course, Doctor, of course. Yeah, this guy's a ghoul. He ain't gonna pop 2 wise with any of you.
Yeah.
He goes
I'm
back
looking,
to.
I couldn't find anything about the aggravated damage, just looking through.
Okay, it probably just goes away then. So he tells you which room it is. It's not the interrogation room. And then he goes back to, putting the chairs on the table, sweeping the floors that he was doing.
Knocks on the door, opens it up.
Eddie was sitting at a table, or pacing behind a table. Oh, thank God you made it. You
What
okay?
I'm fan-fucking-tastic. It's been a great night. What the hell?
And like the ghoul had said, Eddie looks like he'd been in a fight.
What?
His clothes aren't mussed up, but he's still a little beat up.
How did you even get back to town?
Oh, I stole a car. I borrowed a car. I'll probably leave it somewhere where it gets found and returned to him.
Did you call Bree Bree?
Did he call Bree Bree?
When she said when they hung up, call Bree Bree, so she at least knows that you're okay.
Oh, yes. He's like, oh, yeah. Just like you told me to, I called her as soon as I got off the phone with you. She told me, where she was planning to, where they were planning to hold up for the night, or for the day. They should be good.
Yeah.
They said every spot got hit.
They split up into 3 groups. One group, I think, completely got taken. One of them got away. The Banu Hakim, not the Banu Hakim. The Banu Hakim?
Yeah, Banu Hakim, or Assamites. They have several
Hakim.
different names. Yeah.
Bali. Or we're talking about the people who saved them. Never mind.
Yeah. The people who saved him, the Banu Hakim folks found him, and I talked to her on the phone. She's good. And Bree mostly got out except for Becky.
Oh, that's a shame. Did some weird music just play for a second there?
I heard that too.
Mm-hmm.
Who's watching videos? I know.
What happened? I mean, you wanted to meet up with me quick. I mean,
Oh, I was afraid they were after you. He looks at you. Were they after you?
No, but we exchanged some words and some fists. And fire, yeah. Bree Bree's car got used as a projectile.
She ran over somebody?
No, Blackjack threw it at him.
You're messing with me.
No, it's been a hell of a night, Eddie. We fought a demon at a farmhouse where we found, kind of near where your car was.
Was that the thing in the tree?
Yeah.
I didn't get a good look at it. It kind of shudders.
Yeah, it's dead now.
Well, I heard him. Oh, that's good. I heard one of them say something about you not being off limits anymore, so I was afraid they were gunning for you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that was not my. Tonight was not my bright, or would it have been last night at this point? Last night was not my brightest ideal.
Where'd you go?
I headed up there to Hollywood, where we well, I figured they must be holding everybody there, but I didn't see anybody else other than and he rattles off the name of whoever's body it was you found. I was hoping to sneak up there and be able to let some of them out. I thought, if most of them were messing around here in the city, they'd probably only have a couple of guards. Yeah, it went bad. I ended up getting messed up and having to run off. Just cutting across the fields and some woods. I found an old, found another farmhouse with an old couple living there, and borrowed their car and some clean clothes and some sustenance. let's see. Had to rest during the day. Trying to keep my day straight anyway. He goes, I got back to town as soon as I could.
She pulls out his beat up phone. You still want it?
Yeah, my SIM card's probably still in there. Oh yeah, borrowed the old couple's phone too.
Any idea what they're wanting? I mean, aside from
Just some nasty ritual stuff, I assume. I really think we should get everybody out of town as much as we can.
and go where? Their
Anywhere?
location was out of town.
Look, they called you by name, so at least let me get you out of town.
No.
Come on, you're a day drinker. We can literally hide out anywhere until this blows over.
No. Eddie. One, I ain't running. Two, I ain't leaving my coterie behind either. They're in this as deep as I am. If you want to try and get, the rest of the thin bloods out, ask them if they want to go, but we're probably in just as much trouble here as we are there.
Eddie kind of looks over at Samuel like he's hoping Samuel will,
What?
Sir, I really think she'd be safer somewhere else. Yeah. You think you could convince her?
Well,
I mean,
What?
if they found where everybody was hiding, then they've clearly got contacts here in town.
yes. Do you think that'll change whether or not they figure out where you're leaving?
They tagged the cars to follow them, Eddie. If they want to find us, they're going to find us.
There's plenty of thaumaturgy that lets you find someone even if they've left.
He starts rubbing his forehead.
If you want to try and run, but
Oh, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave you behind. Or the rest of them, truthfully. But
we have some semblance of, I'm not going to say protection here, because as far as she knows, she's the only one that thin blood that is part of a coterie, correct?
correct.
We ain't being hunted here by most of the kindred. Not right now. I mean, I doubt 90% of them would give a shit if we all dropped dead, but they ain't gonna be giving them any help. Not that we know of.
But is that going to stay the same when it gets out? The reason the Bali are here is they're gathering us up. Are they going to Are they going to blame us for that and then come down on us? Is the scourge going to go running around smoking us again?
Do you think it's gonna stop them if we're in the territory or not?
Yeah,
Kill us here.
I don't think the prince here is going to bother sending people out of his territory.
Pass on word? Maybe? I don't know. Right now we're just grabbing at really shitty straws.
Tell me you've at least got somewhere safe to stay. 'Cause your apartment's probably compromised. I'm sure the apartment I had was compromised.
Yeah, everyone got out of your apartment. I haven't been back to my apartment. I got somewhere. I'm sure I can find somewhere.
All right.
I'm a day drinker. I can find somewhere.
That's true. I mean, once the sun comes up, I'm sure you'll be safe.
Just we'll see what happens. I'm sure we're gonna hear about it. Probably this coming evening.
Yeah, if they hit a bunch of motels and Blackjack threw a car at somebody. Hope there weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses that are alive or not in torpor. And Alexander's wiping in a video. Sheriff's taking care of getting the Ventru on the bank across the street.
Okay.
Some word.
I really wish you'd let me get you out of town. But you know, I understand it.
I go out of town. And they decide they want to kill me. I mean, the safest place I am is right here. I mean,
Yeah, I hate to say it, but if they've
I'm obnoxious, but I think my coterie will, at least raise a stink if I get offed. Kind of looks over her shoulder like, right, you guys got my back on this.
I mean, I'd burn down whoever made the attempt.
See? I've got at least, I've got folks that are watching out for me too.
all right.
Watch for yourself. Get somewhere safe.
All right, you convinced me. And while I hate to say it, maybe if they've grabbed this many of us tonight, maybe that'll be all they want.
I doubt it.
They'll
I'm just trying to find a silver lining here.
figure it out.
Okay.
Well, we're like fucking mold. We'll survive somehow.
That's not the nicest way to put that, but okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm sorry I made you drive up here then, but I was just a little freaked out. I wanted to make sure you're all right.
it's good to see you.
Like I said, you were the only one they called by name, so.
Yeah, I'm sure the next couple days will be interesting. We'll figure this out. Just get somewhere safe.
All right. Yeah, he holds up his borrowed phone. Yeah, you can reach me with this number. It's the number I called you from.
Just get in contact with me come sundown. Just let me know you're good.
Will do.
Kind of give them a hug.
He gives you a big bear hug.
Go get safe. Go, if you need to eat, go eat, and then find somewhere safe.
Yeah, I could probably use a nibble.
I hear ya.
Have you hugged Eddie before?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He probably needs a nibble then. I mean, he's always pale because, most thin bloods are pale.
Yeah.
Like I said, he looked roughed up and not in real good shape when he came in. So.
That's a theme for the night. Everyone looks like boiled dog shit and needs, like, a nap.
He also smells a little bit of mothballs. That's probably having borrowed the old man's clothes. So.
See if maybe you can find something that doesn't smell like old man.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was just in his closet.
I know, just suggestion. Most people need to breathe and yeah.
Yeah, they just think I shoved it at thrift store. It'll be fine. Store, it'll be fine.
Yep.
Before he leaves, he does look at over at Samuel. Thank you, sir, for helping Bree and her group.
Well, I do take things as a little bit personal when they attack people under my charge.
Well, I'm glad that kindred territorial nature came out. Worked to our benefit then.
Don't endanger it again.
No, I'm dumb. I'm done playing dumb.
Good.
No, he waves by to one more time to Jolene, and then he ducks out the door.
All right. I'm gonna go find something to eat.
You just snacked before the fight.
She's still at 3 hunger. If she wakes up and rolls a fail and a rouse, she's just gonna be bleeding again.
I'm trying to look to see if it gets rid of, but by the things I'm looking at, it does once it gets rid of the aggravated. It doesn't say it makes it superficial, because I'm trying to look online for this information.
Okay. It may just be something I was misremembering, or something I'd read from another edition or something. It ain't no telling.
What do you think we should do?
Right now, get some sleep. And you probably need to get some food, honestly.
Yeah, I'll go find a cow. Nope, Blackjack's cows just nearby. I'm feeling up to going hunting raccoon and deer.
Well, there's plenty at that farm.
Yep. It's 2, 3 in the morning. Well, looks at her watch. It's about 3, 4 in the morning. I'm sure won't be too many folks out there checking on them.
Not to sound evil or anything, but there's also a pet store next to the Target. If you felt like a little breaking and entering.
She's not gonna break and enter and then like Capri Sun 45 hamsters.
As if they had 45 hamsters.
They're like so little. It's like those little gushers.
Just go visit Alexander and Capri Sun, the rats he has growing.
I don't
That's
think she knows
his.
about that.
Oh, I know.
The verbiage of rats he has grown is disturbing.
Check out the pantry.
Mice, perfect.
Well, mice would be
She's-
really little. These are rats.
Yeah. Mice would be like gushers. Rats are like Capri Suns.
Alright, so where is Jolene going to go hunting?
Is it Jones Valley Farm?
Okay. Alright, give me a roll then.
What is the role for non-wild animals?
I think we were doing animal kin instead of,
With animal handling
that sounds
or
right.
animal kin? This will go good because she has nothing in animal kin.
Which is why she usually goes ahead and just hunts, I think.
Yep. Well, she'll try this, and if it fails, she'll
Alright.
go cursing into the woods for a raccoon or a possum or something. We're going into the woods for a possum, folks.
0 dice rolled.
Hang
You don't have
on.
any wits?
I have wits. I got 3 wits.
That's weird.
Yeah, let's look at her sheet right quick.
Okay, wait. No, there we go. It's
There
still
we go.
rolled 0, 0. The universe just doesn't want me to have a cow.
Clearly.
Alright. Survival just stalks off into the wood, cussing, looking like she, fell into like 4 or 5 fists.
You should probably spend some of her XP on improving the
I know.
skills you need to survive.
I know. I'm working on it. I got a 3.
Alright. So that gets you a... You said you're looking for a possum, which those are about raccoon
Sure.
size. So.
It's just something to at least take a point off. Just so she doesn't wake up and potentially just start bleeding all over again.
Okay. So yeah, a possum would give you about 1 bullet point. So,
Okay.
or excuse me, an opossum.
An opossum. An
Possums are
opossum.
Australian. Opossums are North American, and they're not related at all.
Alright, then she will do
Yeah, I
that.
learned.
Right? I like the Australian possums are adorable. I'm not saying the North American opossum isn't adorable, but it's a lot screamier.
They're survivors.
Yeah, they're
They're hardy
Adorable.
little creatures.
they're adorable and super useful, but they do look like they got beat with an ugly stick.
Yeah, well, you know. That's what you get for being tough, being the only marsupial that can survive outside of Australia.
Yep.
They didn't need to go hold up somewhere. They just toughed it out.
I got this. I'm just gonna lower my body temperature, eat all the ticks. It's gonna be great, and then I'm gonna play dead. And then scream.
You know, the
She
playing
will
dead is literally them slipping into a coma. It is involuntary.
feel that on a spiritual level some days.
Me too, buddy.
Okay, she's gonna eat.
The poor possum.
and The poor possum.
Marsupials
Little
just taste
bugger.
different somehow.
It's because the blood temperature's a little bit lower. So yeah.
You really want to try
So-
monotreme someday, but not a lot of those around.
Yeah. She will eat, send a text that she got home safe from the party, and that she'll see everyone tomorrow evening. Because she figures they're probably all meeting up.
Where is Samuel dropping you off for the day? Because you've been, what, camping out under your mother's trailer?
She's been camping out under her mom's trailer, but if considering that she just got told they know her name, she's gonna probably just walk around until sunup and then hide under well, no. It's like if they have ghouls, she'll probably just find somewhere nice and public and take a cat nap every now and then until sundown. She's not gonna probably not gonna get a good solid amount of sleep but a bunch of cat naps.
You're just going to go sleep in a park, and every time somebody walks by, ma'am, are you alright? Oh, what? Oh, must have nodded off and get up and run off.
Sorry, classes are just really, really stressful.
It's finals week. I hate it.
Is that blood on your shirt? Is your sleeve singed? What's going on here?
It's finals week.
It's
Yeah,
March.
I
How
was-
is it finals week?
I was welding something and it was just really done. It was crazy. I'm gonna go now. I'll probably end up at the Primrose right around sundown. Just it's been a really long day, guys.
Well, you know, the
Set up.
Primrose is the group haven. You could always camp out there.
But if they're
Just set up a hammock in the back.
you know what, actually,
Well, y'all have got a room cut off from the sun in case any of y'all needed to use it.
you know what, fuck, F it. She's just gonna eventually try that and then remember, hey, we got somewhere where I can actually sleep and there's a shower there.
And spare clothes. Though I think you've already gotten the spare clothes.
She's
Your
got her
spare
spare clothes, so
Now it just depends if maybe Maeve. The next night, everybody shows up you're in the baggy stuff because it's Maeve's spare stuff.
and someone else's spare clothes it kind of fits.
It's Blackjack's, and she's just like this the whole time.
It's blackjack. It's like a tent.
I'm wearing a circus tent. And she'll probably just eventually end up at the Primrose halfway through the day and just be sleeping on the couch in the basement.
I mean, bold of you to assume he's not just dropping you off there.
Bold of you to assume she isn't going to wander off.
True.
At some point, she'll end up back at the Primrose. She'll probably wander around at least a good point past daybreak to make sure at least no kindred are following her.
Okay.
And she'll rearm the alarm system once she gets inside.
Yeah.
Because Mama may have raised a fool, but she didn't raise like a huge fool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Samuel, are you gonna do anything else after you drop her off? It's getting pretty late.
He's going to bed.
Okay.
See, it's how many rouse checks to try and restore aggravated damage again?
It's 3 rouse
3.
checks,
3 rouse checks to try
and
and
you can only
restore
do 1 a night.
one a night. Okay.
Someone take the kettle off.
Now that doesn't stop you from continuing to heal up any superficial you might have.
Yeah.
Official just 1 rouse check.
Superficial just one rouse, yes.
See, I'm at 2 hunger, so if I fail all 3, hunger frenzy.
What's the
That's why-
chances you'll fail all 3?
That's why
Don't-
Maeve went to
Don't
eat.
tempt his dice. Don't put that out there.
Yeah, don't do that. He still has all that blood in his fridge.
You have iron gullet.
I don't have iron gullet. Never mind. That's a good point.
I mean, pop it in the microwave and heat it up.
Really?
It gets like super coppery.
It's like warming up like coffee like 15 times.
No, it's exactly like you said earlier. There's no one gonna take the kettle off. Yes, he just finished brewing some.
No, it's like the horrible TV dinners you used to get in the early 80s before they really knew what they were doing.
Good.
Right.
Ooh.
Side, Julie now has a reason to take that one thin blood alchemy skill.
Yeah.
Next level.
That's true. Fuck.
I would say sleep.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sleep.
Try and do it in the following morning.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Alright, so the sun rises. All of you except Jolene pretty much automatically fell asleep. I mean, technically you could fight it. As beat up as Jolene is, I'm sure she has no trouble going to sleep either. Let's see. Nothing happens at the Primrose during the day. You sleep 8 hours. You get your 7 or 8 hours or whatever. So you're awake well before nightfall. The rest of you, as the sun sets, you awaken. Give me rouse checks.
Oh boy.
Maeve gets a little hungry.
Like I said, don't tempt my dice.
Samuel gets a little hungry. Alexander's
I get
fine,
hungry.
and Blackjack gets a little hungry.
I'm gonna go cow tipping for that.
Cow tipping.
As she wakes up, Jolene checks in with Bree and Eddie. Well, as soon as dark hits. Because Eddie's not a day drinker. Well, no, Eddie's a day drinker.
Yes. So is Bree. That's why she's working at the shop.
Yep.
So are you waiting till dark, or are you calling them during the day?
She'll call him like an hour or so before sundown.
Bree picks up right away. Hey, Jolene.
Everything good?
Yeah, some of us are packing up, and as soon as the others wake up, we're heading out just the second we can get out the door. You know,
What are
I don't think there's any way those folks would have found us, but just in case.
Where are y'all planning?
That's a good question. We have no actual plan, other than we've been sitting here so long we don't want to be sitting here anymore.
I have no plan either, so.
You know, Eddie called last night. He suggested getting out of town.
That up to y'all.
And I might be able to cash in some favors with some family and get in. Because it'd be hard for me to explain showing up with an entire car full of folks. But you
Took
know,
up a bohemian lifestyle or something.
I mean, that would get us. You know, I got family over in Moulton, so yeah, that's a couple counties away at least. I mean, as long as they don't have Blackjack's car tag, we should be all right. But we all wanted to check with you and see what you thought we should do.
All y'all's got. I mean, if I hear anything on my end as far as what's going on, I'll let y'all know. But y'all do what you think you need to do to keep safe.
Okay.
Just, keep in touch. Either way.
Oh, definitely. Oh yeah, I'm probably not gonna make it into work today either.
I'm sure I can convince the bosses that is perfectly okay.
All right.
Or I'll forward your timesheet. I'm here.
That's okay too. Yeah.
I was being a smartass, but okay.
Okay. Well, that's all you had to say to her. She hangs up.
Yeah. She would just be like, find somewhere safe. Let me know what's happening. Do what you got to do.
All right. So you hang up with y'all hang up.
She'll wait till later to call Eddie.
Okay. All right. So it's getting dark. The rest of you wake up.
Blackjack goes hunting.
You gonna go poach in the James Valley Farm?
Yes.
All right. No, the Jones family farm, I should say.
Animal can. It's. I get +1. 3 successes.
All right. You managed to get you a cow without anybody spotting you.
You said I could get 2 without harming the thing.
Let's see. Cows are large animals, so yes, you can get 2 from them.
Cool. I will
Drinking
do
from a
that.
cow is like drinking from a person, as long as your blood potency is low enough. Though I don't think killing a cow would actually.
Give him a stain.
Blackjack would get a stain.
Well, it wouldn't lower your. It would, killing a cow would not lower your
Correct.
hunger to 0.
Okay.
It's got to be a person.
So I say Blackjack would absolutely get a stain from that, though.
I wonder if you actually have to kill the animal to get that 2. Because humans, you drink 2 from them without harming them. But you can get up to 4 from them, kind of period. If you don't mind just draining them. Or, no, excuse me, you get 5 from them. And that drains them and kills them.
Now we gotta look and see how many gallons of blood in a cow versus how many gallons of blood in a
Well,
human.
it's a matter of the quality, not the quantity.
Okay.
But that's something to look up another time. It's not important right now. I will need to check and make sure that every time y'all hit the Jones Valley Farm, you're not leaving a dead cow behind, though. Or much like the drug dealers may have been preying
Hell
on,
yes.
security is going to start going up.
She's find another area to hunt at.
We've got we keep having these anemic cows. We don't know what's going on.
Rare fainting cow.
They used to have the screaming cows, but they're in a city. They're in the city limits, so that just wasn't working.
Every night at like 4 a.m. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No. It's a loud shrieking scream like the screaming goats,
Oh God,
Oh.
that's terrifying.
echoing.
No.
That's even-
Mountains on both sides just echo.
At like 3 in the morning.
That would make hunting so much harder.
Or easier.
Or easier, because then all of a sudden it goes quiet and everyone's like, oh, thank God, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Samuel, what are you doing when you first wake up? You kind of hungry.
Yeah, he is. Let's see. Trying to figure out what would he do.
Does he want to do staff reviews?
No. I don't think he could get away with that. Not with being as messed up as he is. Because he is a bit messed up. He'd probably go hunting, honestly.
All right, where's he going?
That's a good question. Because he probably couldn't show up at the hospital without people asking questions.
How much aggravated damage does he have?
2.
Yeah, you are noticeably burned.
Yeah.
I mean, not crispy critter where people are going to wonder how you're walking around, but
Yeah. Where would he go?
And I'm sure he's got the supplies around the house that if he wanted to bandage himself up.
Yeah, so... He would probably... Let me double check some of these powers real quick. Trying to remember if Compel negates the auto success on unknowing mortals for the cloud memory. I was sitting here going like, what would he do? And then wait a minute, where he normally hunts, there'd be very obvious questions as to what the heck happened.
Okay, because let's see. It's March, so the sun sets at 7. Well, around 7.
Come on, Acrobat Raider, stop being a putz. 7. Huh.
Do you need me to go to somebody else?
No, he's gonna try to find somewhere quiet to hunt. He's not going to the hospital right now.
Okay.
Actually, he might take a page out of May's book. He's gonna dress in his normal biker attire,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna go hunt for some back alley folks.
All right. That is not your usual Sandman style of hunting.
It isn't, but he also knows that in this case he probably doesn't have a choice.
Oh yeah. With Sandman,
he
it is just a preference, not a.
Yeah, he absolutely prefers to hunt that way, but considering how much aggravated damage he took with fire, he's sitting here going, I probably am not going to be able to reasonably explain that away if a lot of people see it.
Yeah.
And his biker attire will help him like hide a lot of the injuries anyway.
Alright. So you're essentially using the alley cat method.
Which is strength and brawl. Unless he's gonna go for like criminals or something.
He's not so much doing that. He's gonna go find someone who's alone, and if he does find one, then he's going to compel them to stay still and don't move as an unresisting mortal victim, feed from them, and then cloud memory to erase their memory of the encounter.
He's gonna do kind of a dominating style. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. In that case, give me.
And he will use his heightened senses from Auspix to try to find somebody.
Okay, give me wits. Alright, give me wits streetwise. Give yourself a bonus dice for Auspix for the heightened senses, or
Okay.
does it give us, or does heightened senses usually give a specific?
It's to awareness.
Okay.
I'm not sure how often Maeve would have talked about how she hunted.
I was going to give you one dice bonus for, maybe you remember some spots. She said they're unusually thick. So yeah,
Okay,
a bump for the a dice for the Auspix, a dice for having talked to Maeve about how she hunts at some point.
Okay. So, since I have no points in Streetwise, yeah.
All right. You managed to find a dealer. Where Maeve, one in kind of one of the areas Maeve said they tend to be easy to find.
Yeah.
However, he is not alone. When you find him, there's two people currently buying from him, and he's got a friend hanging around.
Okay.
Guy looks kind of rough. With the heightened senses, you can see kind of the bulge of a weapon up under his jacket. Clearly he's security.
Yeah.
Maybe Maeve's been hunting these people too much.
Perhaps. Okay. Okay. He'll just kind of wait.
Okay, you wait just a minute or two, and the two people that were buying from him clear out.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll just go up.
Even in your biker stuff still doesn't look cheap.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like ritzy rich, but it looks like it's a little bit more high end. Yeah.
You know, and you know it probably doesn't have the spikes or the chains or any of the kind of biker club kind of stuff. This is more like this is successful professional that likes to bike in his spare time. But anyway, you start walking up to him. Guy kind of gives you the up and down. What's up? And as you get closer, you see some of the burns peeking. Ooh, what happened to you, man?
Unfortunate accident with an accident. Yeah, road rash is a hell of a thing sometimes.
Yeah, it looks like it hurts.
Yeah, that it does. Wouldn't happen to have anything for that, would you?
I might have something. What you looking for?
Well, what do you have?
Alright, I'm not up on my drug lingo, so.
I'm not either. So this is an exercise in just very poor things happening.
What do you got? I don't know. What are you looking for? I
Some-
honestly have no idea. I have no idea what I have.
I've got the best horse tranquilizers around.
The marijuana, the heroin.
Yeah.
Got
Yo,
that
could
smack?
you display-
But yeah, I mean, he does have some weed. He has some meth. He does have some prescription pain medication,
Yeah.
which is probably more what he would direct you towards.
Yeah, and he'll offer up some. He'll say, "Oh, how much for that?"
That he rattles off a price.
Okay. Sounds fair. He'll is the guard looking at him right now?
He seems to be paying attention to the conversation.
Right. I'm saying, is he looking at Samuel like at the moment?
Oh. At some point during the talk, he does glance over and look you dead in the face. Yeah.
Walk away.
And this is unsuspecting mortals. He turns around and starts walking off. The guy you're talking to is like, "The fuck? Dude, where are you going?" And he kind of snaps his eyes back. "Who are you?"
No, he was one of mine.
"I think I need to be going."
Stay still.
And he stops.
And is the place clear? No cameras or anything in the area?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then he will feed.
All right. You gonna take the 2 you can without harming him, or are you gonna harm him?
He does need to heal, and with his humanity 6, and him being a doctor, this is a guy who's selling prescription drugs. He's gonna drain him.
Completely?
Yep. He's gonna drain him dry.
Well, alrighty then. But yeah, your humanity is 6.
Yeah.
And, this guy's pinging all your boxes, all your, every box he can ping to say he's scum,
Yeah.
in your
and
opinion, is...
humanity 6, and he's very much about maintaining the masquerade, and he's walking around with aggravated fire damage that is visible. So he's like, it's gotta happen.
So it takes you, I want to say it takes 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes to drain a person.
Approximately, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a super quick something, but
No, and fortunately, Compel lasts for an entire scene, so that guy isn't walking back.
no, he keeps walking for the entire scene.
Yep.
So yeah, you drain him dry.
Okay. Which will slake all of my hunger. And I will make rouse checks to try to heal one of those points.
Okay.
After I lick the wound closed, make sure it's sealed. I will take out some of the drug paraphernalia and sort of coach the body with my medical knowledge to make it look like he was dipping from his own stash and probably overdosed.
Okay.
Just as a cursory glance. And then make sure to sort of like stage it / hide it like he was trying to hide what he was doing. And then he'll go on about his business and try to after trying to heal 1 point of aggravated damage. I can talk today.
Sure you can. All right, give me 3 rouse checks then.
Alrighty. I told you not to taunt my dice.
But you do heal. You do heal the aggravated. So
I do heal it, yeah.
well,
And
1
you're,
point of
you're
it.
back at 3 hunger.
I'm back at 300. Yeah, but if I had tried to do that the night before, I'd be
Yeah.
at 5.
You would be.
Now, I'm going to be fair, as much as it pains me. You were sitting at 3 hunger before you started feeding, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that you were, trying to heal that while you were feeding.
Oh, okay.
So, you got it down to, the 1. You drank 2 from him. You made your checks.
Put it back up to 3, and then
finished draining him. So if
I'd
you were
be at 1.
So if you were at 3, you'd have drank 2.
So I'd be at 1. No,
Then
put
you-
me at 4,
Then you failed all 3 checks, which get you up to 4, and then you finished draining him.
and that'd be at 2. Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay,
yeah,
that's
because a human has 5 points total. So
Yeah. So I'll
Alright,
be
so
at
use all 5.
Until the last round.
Well, if he has 5 total, that put me at 1.
say 3. You drank 2 to start with, which had you at 1. Then you failed 3.
Put me at 4. And then the last 3 would put me from 4 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it.
So you still you had how many aggravated?
2.
Okay. So you still look a little burned, but it's more like it now looks more like really bad sunburn, except just in spots, or something you could pass off as an accident in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I was
absolutely.
frying something and spilled some bumped
Spilled some
something in
grease.
grease.
Yeah. So something that can be passed off to easily maintain the masquerade.
Yes. Nothing. There's nothing suspicious. People that know you would stop and go, "Ooh, what happened?"
Yeah.
Sunburn.
And yeah, I know if main reason why he went out to do this, if he ever did this in the hospital, that would be stains. For sure.
Yes.
That would absolutely be stains. That's why he went out to find somebody.
All right. So while Samuel is doing this, Alexander, you wake up for the evening.
He would actually go pay a visit to his herd, and I was just checking to see. I said I've got 2 dots in the herd, and I'm going to use it and drain him down to where he only has 1 hunger point,
Okay.
just in case the game screws me over tonight and makes my rouse checks not be so nice.
Oh, I'm sure tonight will be a nice, peaceful evening.
There's no way that happens twice in one night.
You never know.
Don't put that out in the universe there, man. It's listening.
Exactly.
It's 2020, okay, man? It's 2020.
Mm-hmm. Without the truth.
That was supposed to be a great year. Why? Anyway.
Crits.
Yeah.
We were the things being critted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, he's gonna go visit his little her rats.
Okay.
Slate 2 hunger. Have a few little Capri Suns.
I just picture him sitting at his computer desk working on something with just a rat in one hand and fingers typing in the other hand.
Pretty much just going at it.
Now I'm picturing Now I'm picturing him in a hat with rats strapped to either side and IVs running out to his mouth while he's working.
Oh God.
Yes. But instead of a beer hat, it's a rat hat. Just 2 IV lines, just put into him, just directly in. He's just in there sipping as he's just working. God bless, that would be something, dear sweet Jesus.
It's
That's canon
horrible
now.
and wonderful, but
That's canon.
mostly horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible, but God, it's a wonderful thought. Just.
But we're
yeah.
dealing with vampires in Alabama.
Yeah.
If we were just dealing with just Alabama in general, no, that's exactly something that some. If a hick can come up with a pissing beer hat, I can guarantee you a hick vampire can come up with a freaking
Bad koozies.
pretty much.
Good grief.
Or Alexander's about to do something stupid. Here, hold my rat.
Oh God.
Hold my rat.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right.
I got to hold my rat.
That just made my night right there. I'm done. I'm calling
Game's
it.
over,
Good
folks.
night.
Yeah.
Top that.
All right. So you wake up, you eat.
Yep. Bring my hunger down. And he'll, even though he spent most of the night or most of the wee morning doing what he said he's going to do, he's going to go back, double check, make sure there ain't no footage that he needs to fix up.
Everything seems to be fine. There's lots of news reports about those attacks on the motels.
Well,
Police don't seem to have a clue what's going on there, though.
Oh yeah.
Last smoke ever.
Right.
But you know, it's actually kind of a big headline because it's like a mass kidnapping and or attempted kidnapping in 3 different spots. It says the police are following up some leads, but it doesn't tell you what those leads are. You have got a you got an email sent to you. It says, "Hey, grandmother would really like to see you. At the club tonight. She said you ought to bring your friends."
Okay. Well,
And then it's
interesting.
signed. It's signed somebody else with. I'm blanking on what the. What was the Nosferatu whip's name? Anyway, it's signed with his first initial.
Okay.
Nice, and just anytime a Kendra uses tech, they're supposed to be very innocuous about it. So.
Oh yeah, no, he's just taken aback, like, kind of like, really? Want me to bring everybody? All right. Again, he's skeptical, but he's just going to accept it as it is. So. But yeah, he'll just take the time and respond back, like, of course, I'll see you there, and I'll let them know about if they wish to come or not. And then he'll, like, as soon as that text has gone out, he's literally texting Samuel, like, so Grandma's asking me to come hang out and wants me to bring you guys too?
The reply once he's done feeding. What did you do?
I am unsure at this moment. Please wait.
Oh, please.
Exactly. He's like, oh, please, because in the back of his mind, like, wait, what did I do? I thought I was good enough for him to.
Gears are turning.
Blackjack.
I do my normal patrols. I get the. Do I get the text? Is it? Are you texting the group chat, or are you just texting? Are you just texting Samuel himself?
He would have. No, he would have done it in the group chat, considering
Okay.
the fact it was mentioned to bring everyone. So it's just like, okay.
I do my normal patrols. I am again doing like a truncated version of it so that I can double check on this person that I have working my farm.
He's getting a little better.
Okay.
You know, he's pretty well taken care
It's
of.
just a
So.
time thing. It's just a time thing. Because he seemed committed to it. It's been a few nights now, or it's been a few days now for him.
Oh, he seems to be showing up. I mean, you know,
he's gone. He's gone by the time I wake up, right?
By 7, yeah, he'd be gone by 7. He probably gets out around 5 or 6.
Probably a couple more nights of this, and I'll have him. I'll say, yeah, maybe a couple more nights of this before I start to actually, like, how cool are you? Just it's one of those things where he's very cautious about it right now because it's his first time doing that sort of thing. Wants to make sure it's the right person. It's like when you find your first significant other and you're like, I want to make sure it's the right one. Make sure they're nice and organized and they take care of the finances and all of that stuff.
Before I feed him this stuff that'll make him obsessed with me.
Yes. So there's that. So I do my normal patrol, and then I get the text, and I'm like, "What does the grandma want to do with me?" And then the gears turn. I'm like, "Oh, right, Grandmother Dorcas."
Yes. Everybody in town knows that's what she goes by.
Right.
Most folks, that's the only name they know her by. You notice a larger police presence than usual.
Anywhere in particular?
Not really. Mostly on the main roads.
Just on the main roads, just
It's-
kind of going through.
It gives you the impression there's probably, you know, with everything that went down, it's probably just, you know, extra patrols kind of period in the city.
I'll shoot out a text that says something to the effect of, I hope we don't have to do another thing like that tonight, because I hope we don't have to. I hope we don't throw another party like we did last night, because I think we're being monitored.
Let's see. All right, so Bree is on the move. Now, when you let the Thin Bloods into your domain, was Eddie the only contact point? Or did they have any of the rest of y'all's numbers?
I think Jolene was the only contact.
He
Okay.
has mine.
Eddie has yours.
Yes.
All right.
I told him if anything happened, if anything happened and he needed a muscle to come to me.
Okay.
Because I told him, well, it'd probably be if reversed, you'd do the same for me.
Oh, and Alexander, in and amongst the news reports, there is also a report of a overturned van. Found. There were no driver was found, no passengers were found. Up near. That used to be Cineram. I don't know what it's called now. In kind of the little industrial area heading out of town to kind of the north. Clearly it was some kind of accident, but but it was a black panel van, kind of fits the description of some of the vans these guys have been using.
He will definitely make a note of that.
It mentions looks like it was looks like it suffered a blowout and flipped going off into a ditch. Well, I say flip, roll over. Let's see. Shortly after you get off the phone, let's see. Oh, Maeve's back. Maeve, when you wake up in the evening, what do you get into?
She's gonna kind of wear darker clothes and go out to hunt. She's hungry.
All right, give me a roll for that.
Oh, she's just gonna look for somebody alone. So I'm doing the strength brawl one instead of looking for criminals.
It'd be funny if she found the guy that just walking away, like, I don't know why I'm walking.
I seriously
That
thought
would
about
be
that.
funny.
Uh,
I'd love it if that actually happened. Like, I'd be totally down for that.
Wraps that up in a nice little package.
Yeah.
all right, so you are looking. You said you are looking for your usual criminal types.
Whoever I see.
Oh, okay. You're not.
I mean,
you
I'm
are not
hunting-
picky today. Okay.
I'm hunting in my normal area,
Mhm.
but for whoever, because she knows the criminals is kind of bulked up with security, so she can't just go and be like. And she's trying not to dim down the the user population right now. So she's in her normal hunting area, but for whoever she sees first.
All right. Let's see. The first people you meet, are two druggies that you've seen them around enough you recognize them on sight, but that's two of them together, so you kind of skip past them. Back behind some storefronts, you find somebody, some employee taking the garbage out. Is the first person you find on their own. So you manage to pounce. It's late 40, early 50-year-old guy. How much do you take from him?
She's gonna take 3.
Mm.
2 for now. Heal up, and then another.
All right. What is your humanity?
Not gonna take 6.
Okay.
So she's gonna take 2 hunger,
And then try to heal. All right.
3. So she has 2 hunger left, because she'll take a third one from him. Lick the wound closed. Put him against the garbage.
Okay. Now taking 3 from him means means he is actually kind of injured. But yeah, I mean nothing life threatening.
Yeah.
But he'll be pale. When he rouses back up, because he's kind of blissed out at the moment. Only semi-conscious.
Yeah.
But when he wakes up, he'll be pale. He'll be weak.
She don't mind leaving them weak. She just doesn't want to kill him right now. Because one, he is a worker. He is at work. So.
So yeah, you basically just pounced up behind him while he was throwing some stuff into a dumpster, and then you just leave him kind of slumped over to the side.
Yeah.
And you figure it's a safe bet somebody will wonder where he went, and wander out and find him.
Yeah, he took out the garbage. What's taking him so long? And then see him.
10, 15 minutes, somebody will probably find him. So.
Mhm.
And he looks a little pale, but his breath is steady when you lay him down. Let's
Now,
see.
she doesn't look as bad either.
How much aggravated you got left?
1.
Oh, okay.
Because I healed 1 the night before, like last night.
Mm-hmm.
1 more tonight. And then she just has the 1 left over. So.
That's right, because you were kind of a crispy critter.
Yeah.
All right, so Jolene, around dark, you said you were going to call, or you called Ruby before dark. You said you were going to call Eddie later, so.
Yeah, just gonna see what he's doing.
When you call him, he goes, yeah, I'm up.
I think Bree's planning on booking out of town if you want to go with her.
Oh, I might do that. You've already talked to her tonight?
Yeah, I gave her a call a little bit ago.
Oh, okay.
Her and the other day drinkers of the group were getting everything packed, so as soon as everyone woke up, they could move again.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Don't hang around one spot too long.
Yep.
I'll give her a call and see where they're headed.
Hey, would she have gotten the text about meeting with Grandma?
Alexander was up a little bit. You know, he got up, he fed, he was doing his perusing. So, you're calling him right at dark? Probably not. You probably haven't gotten it yet.
If I hear anything, or once I know what the climate is going to be like around here, I'll let you know.
Okay,
I'll let you and Brie know.
that'd be great. Let me know if you need anything. Well, y'all are talking about.
Yeah, same too. You just keep in touch. If you're in the area or out of the area, keep in touch.
Will do.
And showing up.
A little bit later, you get the group text.
How dressed up do we need to be to go see Grandma? Looking down at herself in 4 different sizes.
Well, she said they ought to come to the club. You don't really see Grandma Dorcas in a normal kind of... You wouldn't think of her a bit popping up in a normal kind of club.
Yeah, she knows it's probably the fancy Elysium.
The country club, the Lidges Country Club.
Yeah. Well, if we're gonna go visit Grandma, I gotta get... Someone's gonna have to drop me off to get some better looking clothes.
Maeve will message back, be like, let me know when you're ready and I'll come pick you up.
We literally went to Target.
She wants to be like, I'm literally sleeping on a couch in the basement, but
She's got her car back by this point.
she's not gonna go to her apartment alone if they've got her number. Like her name and everything. Just I'm up and moving if anyone's nearby. I'm
Maeve
down
will be like,
I'm down at work. No, she changes that. She's like, I'm at our usual spot.
Maeve will be like, on my way.
Okay. So May finishes up her hunting, swings by to pick up Jolene. As you're in the car with Jolene, you get a phone call. Jolene gets a
Go
phone
pick
call.
it up? Oh, Jolene
Get-
gets
I'm sorry. While Jolene's in the
Oh.
car with Maeve.
Oh, because you get a phone call, wait, who's calling?
Which one of his phone is ringing? Picks up. Looks at number.
Let's see. Did you have phone numbers from?
She would know the new phone number Eddie has. And she would know
I'm trying to think how many of the other Thin Bloods you'd have their number. Because when y'all were hiding everybody, you pretty much just had Bree Breeze, and then she had a contact in each group.
She'll
Yeah, you may not recognize this number.
just kind of give Maeve a glance like, don't keep quiet for a second. And she'll pick it up and be like, hello?
As soon as you flip the phone open, it's my car. I'll talk if I want to. No,
Starts singing something horrible. Blares the radio.
start singing the line from Tom Petty's "Free Falling" that references vampires.
We're really subtle people.
Rest down.
Well, I've said it before: vampires in Alabama. Anyway, it's a woman's voice comes over the phone. Is this Jolene?
Just wanting to know. I mean, I don't got no outstanding bills I'm aware of. If you're trying to collect something from me, I ain't got no money. I work at a Waffle House, sweetheart.
No. Really? A Waffle House?
It's an honest living. Don't you go judging
I
me.
guess
What
it's
you
just,
want?
it's just, I know I had to have one of, well, anyway. But no, I'm not here to collect anything. Well, I've already collected something of yours. And I would not mind dropping them back off.
Who this is?
You may, but I'm not going to answer.
And what do you think you got? That's
Well,
wrong?
that's not fair. She's like, call me mate. He's like, I'm not sure I want to give you too much information, but some of these folks are a little upset and really thought you could take care of them.
Recognize the voice at all?
No.
Or to be so inclined as to collect these wayward sheep. God, that's a horrible reference. Fuck, Mikey's gonna. Where would I be going and collecting folks?
We're just a little south of the city.
There's a lot of stuff.
Are you
about this.
familiar with Lacey Springs?
Familiar enough?
We're at the big Wavaho station down around the Lacey Springs, Valamusa Springs area. It's on the main highway.
And why? Beg my pardon. Why should I be coming? Why should I trust a word you're saying to me? I've had a rough couple nights, you know.
Yeah, I was pretty busy last night myself.
She's gonna be putting this on speakerphone, just so Maeve can hear it too. Any of those people there that would like to talk to me?
You hear a couple of yeses in the background. Yes, hang on just a second. And she hands it off to. Let's see. Willard was with Bree. Trying to think of another one of the Thin Bloods that you would know by name. Was there one named Wyatt, or was Wyatt somebody else?
I have no idea. I mean, people have the same names. We could say it's a Wyatt.
Yeah, that's true. A lady comes on the phone. You recognize the voice. You have trouble. You don't come up with the name before she says her name. But it's one of the Thin Bloods you have met before.
She was like, "This ain't some kind of trick to get me down there and then murder me, right?"
No.
It's been like a weird couple nights.
No. As far as I know, she's on the up and up. I mean, those guys had us in their van, and
Okay.
we hear a gunshot, and then the van tips over, and
Okay. Yeah. How many of y'all are there?
she's there's four of us.
Alright, so now if I could fit in my car. Let me see what's going on tonight and how quick I can get down there. I don't know if I can get down there right away. As you can expect, things are a bit crazy up here.
Is everybody else okay?
Bree's group is mostly intact. We got word from Eddie, he's okay.
Yeah. Eddie called us.
Okay. You know about as much as I do then.
Okay.
I can't guarantee I can get down there tonight. I don't know what's going on up here tonight. All I know is my coteries got. Or she wouldn't say coterie over the phone. She'd say my group's got to go visit grandma. You know how grandmas are.
Okay. You know, it's only like 15 or 20 minutes out of town. Basically, you would cross that bridge that you and Maeve didn't go much past. It's a little ways down past that.
She'd be like, okay, then I'll get dressed and I'll swing down and get y'all, and yeah.
Okay, good.
Don't cause any problems for the locals. I know y'all are a rowdy bunch.
Oh yeah, we're already, especially right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be there as soon as I can. Who's with you? I might have one of y'all's numbers. I can give you a call when I'm on my way.
Oh well, you can just call back this phone. Yeah, I let her use my phone to call you. So.
All right. I'll give a call back.
Yeah, she rattles off who was there. And some of the names you think you recognize. Some of them you may not have met in person. Well, I'll take that back. You've met everybody that was staying in the domain since they moved into the domain.
Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all in a bit. I'm gonna go get ready for all my stuff and.
Okay, well.
Get you there.
She hands the phone back to whoever their benefactor is. May.
May. I apologize a little bit for my rudeness while answering the phone, but I believe you understand.
Oh no! Caution is. I have to be very cautious in my line of work as well.
I'll be down there to collect folks. Sorry for any trouble they've caused. They're a rowdy bunch.
They'll likely, pull into the Wabaho. They'll likely be in, up in the little wooded area close by, out of sight.
Absolutely.
I'll be standing out, where you can see me.
Okay. I'll be down there shortly. I have something to wrap up here, and I'll be there shortly.
All right, we'll be waiting on you.
Hangs up. Begins to, try to resist the urge to bang her head on the dashboard.
Have to remind yourself, it's not my dashboard.
It's not my
I
dashboard.
can't afford to replace the dashboard.
I work at a Waffle House. She's just like, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna get changed and go grab Oogie and I guess shove 5 people in my car and bring them back.
Do you want me to follow so you have the extra space?
I'll have plenty enough space. If they want to ride, they're gonna just get really comfortable.
I mean, the more the better, because we don't know who that lady is.
Fair enough, but she's tolerating thin bloods, and no one sounded,
She's gonna give her this
out of the
look.
ordinary. You and Samuel and that look.
She's gonna put in the group text, hey, we got, me and Jolene got a couple of errands to run real quick.
Ratting me out.
So we'll meet you there.
It's a follow-up question. What happened this time?
Jolene, typing as fast as she can, to answer this. Dueling text, everything's fine. We're just picking up some
Picking up some wayward sheep.
In a wind tunnel.
From, last night.
And who was the kind shepherd that found them?
Hey?
She said her name was May.
Aha.
Don't worry, I'm not letting her go by herself. Which he tried to do.
You gotta rat me out. I'm gonna get a whole lecture about this later.
I mean,
I'm gonna get a blackjack level of lecture at the end of all of this.
yeah, you're never gonna get a blackjack level of lecture because
no,
you're
I
not
think
bringing
I'm
people
thinking-
randomly to his house.
I think he's working up to it. It's gonna be an all evening thing. There's gonna be a PowerPoint.
There wasn't a PowerPoint. Mine.
But with yours, it was only kind of the one really big thing you did. With Jolene's gonna be a lot of little things, so he's got to organize it.
There's bullet point. There's like a flow chart of like mistakes.
Like, Jolene, you're not allowed to live by yourself anymore. You're gonna be close to me as possible.
You check in every night at 3 in the morning.
I already bought you a house. 5-minute drive away.
No, people. She's just like, I'm gonna go move out with the other Thin Bloods and live the bohemian lifestyle.
And then he'll just be dragged back.
This should be fine. I'm gonna get dressed up to go see Grandma and go pick up the folks and hope that like my last 2 outfits, it doesn't get ruined.
Let's hope.
I make no promises. All right, so I guess y'all two swing by her apartment.
Yeah.
She's gonna put like 2 other changes of clothes in the car, just because of like, I just had this feeling.
And she's just gonna end the group text while she's waiting on Jolene, rattle off where the wayward sheep are. That if they don't hear from us before we gotta go to Grandma's, this was our last known location.
It's only like 15 minutes away, so this should be really quick.
Just in case if you don't hear from us.
All right, so y'all get dressed. Y'all head out. Does Maeve get dressed, ready to go to the club?
Oh. She was just wearing some nice dressy jeans. It's all black. She's
Okay.
no
Jolene
blood stains on her, and
No blood stains, no mud.
This is about the best they can hope
Yeah.
for out of a gangrel.
basically she.
I mean, you say that the prince is always immaculate, but
he's kind of married
Prince.
to a Ventru
Yeah.
and is a prince, so
Kind of has to.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jolene,
I doubt his wife is going to let him hold anything dressed like
In
how a
that
Gabriel would
outfit?
dress.
Absolutely not.
Oh God, I could picture. She's gonna put. She's not gonna wear the good like going to visit Grandma outfit on. She'll have that in the back. Like, I will switch into this after the potential chaos.
okay.
Like
See, y'all-
will be dressed up.
Because he's got a nice outfit or two.
He's got a couple now.
All right, so the two of you head out of town. Over the bridge.
On one night without any bullshit. Just one night. One night without any bullshit.
Luckily, you're both vampires that can cross running water without any trouble, so.
Yep.
Otherwise, the Tennessee would have you blocked again. So you drive down through Lacey Springs, the little area. You get up to where Highway 36, I believe it is. Comes out and meets up. And, there's a large Wavaho station there. The company's even got like a kind of office and storage area back behind the station. And as you pull in, sit over to the right, a little bit away from the store, propped up against crap, I forget what's on that side. Anyway, propped up against the fence that separates it from the office area or from the other little facility. Is a blonde woman wearing a bandana.
In hippie clothes.
A little bit. I mean, they're not super overstated. The
Is she the hippie?
had you seen the hippie before?
The hippie
she
came
went
to
to
my
the club.
job.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you have seen her before.
Yep. Is it the
Watch
hippie?
out,
It's the hippie.
Alrighty,
Different
and
cars now.
And then as soon as we park, Maeve is gonna be like, "It's the hippie." And that's it.
She's dressed. Oh, that hippie. I don't know how do
Y'all would have to exchange. Are you telling her this on the phone, or as y'all get out of the cars?
No, she's gonna put it in the group text.
Oh, it's
Oh.
the
It's
hippie.
the hippie, so they all know it's the hippie.
Julian's looking at it like the hippie. I mean, she's dressed kind of like, oh, the hippie. capital T. Well, let's just see how this goes. And Jolene just kind of gets out the car, walks up. Ma'am? May, I'm assuming?
Yes, you must be Jolene.
Yes, ma'am.
She'd been sitting there with a bottle of Coke. And despite the fact that she was doing this little number every now and then, yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything missing out of the bottle. But,
Cap's still on it.
what was that?
It's like the cap's still on it.
No, she's a little more realistic than that. She actually puts the top back on and sits it down. She kind of looks at Maeve like,
Maybe it's just out the car leaning against the hood. I mean, yeah, the hood.
you know, that look on your face like, have I seen it? I've seen this person somewhere before. Have I seen her? Oh, well. She gives a little whistle. Some of the thin blood start coming out of the, because the main highway here runs between a couple of hills, so they're kind of up in some woods. They come tramping down.
That's like a head count. Like, I appreciate what you've done. Most of us folks, most folks wouldn't give two damns what happens to them.
If the Bali want them, it's something bad.
So you know about the Bali.
They're why I'm here.
I'm trying to think of a way to ask this without being indelicate, but indelicate's kind of how this past couple days have been going. May I ask who the hell you are, aside from May?
I'm someone with a beef against the Bali.
Like a long running beef? Like a clan beef? Or
Yeah, I suppose you'd call it a clan beef. Or it's a conflict that goes back quite a ways.
okay. In the back of her head she's like, this is enough information to probably give like Samuel to figure out who the hell this woman is attached to.
Potentially.
Alright. Well, it ain't much. But if you need anything, you got at least one favor you can call in with a thin blood for whatever that much is worth.
Yeah, it might be useful for information. I'm sure you know your city better than I do. I've been wandering around trying to get the lay of the land, but I think I've drawn some attention.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help that the red question showed up.
You knew about that too.
Well, I saw it. I've been driving around. I saw it,
Yeah, I mean,
and that's gonna put the prince and his folks on high alert for any strangers wandering around.
yeah. And not to be indelicate, most folks don't dress like hippies.
She's like, there's there's still a subculture that does.
And one of the subcultures I think, noticed you and might have been checking out your ass.
Are you throwing your finger over your thumb over your shoulder like at Maeve?
Not at Maeve, but like, just like as a general.
Well, I'm flattered, but
No, not her. You know what? We're just gonna leave it at thank you for everything you've done for me tonight. Thank you for what you've done for my friends. And I'm assuming you've probably still got my contact information.
actually she doesn't, because she had borrowed somebody else's phone to call you.
Oh, hell.
She pats
she'll be
around.
like-
She comes out with presumably the receipt from the Coke. What's your number?
She'll be like, I prefer you not write it down, but she'll give her the number.
She's like, yeah, I'm between burner phones at the moment.
Yeah, just, I'll trust you then just to burn it when you're done.
It's gotten so hard to find payphones too.
It is. If I need to get in contact with you, or is that kind of a you don't need to get in contact with me kind of thing?
If you run across information on the Bali, that would be appreciated.
I mean, aside from the fact that they're gathering up thin bloods for sacrifice of some kind.
Oh, so you've kind of figured out what they're up to.
Yeah, that was the rumor. That's why that they were collecting us. The alleged ties to end times and all that.
Yeah, it's kind of their thing.
I mean, I don't know much else, but
I just don't know. She's like, I just don't know why they've chosen Huntsville specifically. I mean, there's thin blood all over the country. Why here?
Julian just like, I have no idea.
Oh, yeah. She tears the receipt in half and writes down, "You can contact me at this number."
She'll take it. I'll
Don't call during the day, of course, but
absolutely not.
I'm staying with somebody, so be circumspect. If somebody else answers the phone, if you'd leave a message with. My host is not in the know.
Understood. I'll just be like, it's your niece calling you or something.
That'll work.
May, I appreciate it. And she like kind of reaches out to shake her hand.
She looks at it for a second. And you don't know if it's just, I don't react, I don't need to touch strangers often, or if it's your thin blood, but there's a hesitation, and then she takes your hand and, shakes it.
Give her a shake and just kind of like, come on, let's get back up north. I'm just glad this night didn't end up me having to change my outfit.
As she's walking away, you hear May over her shoulder, "The night's young. I wouldn't jinx myself."
Yeehaw. And just gets in the car. Loads everyone else up. Gives Maeve a, what's going on? Look.
Maeve just shrugs her shoulders.
If y'all don't feel like getting really cozy, you can all attempt riding with Maeve.
3 of them pile into the car, and the 4th one kind of looks, and it looks over at Maeve.
Maeve gives a smile. It's kind of creepy, but not.
He walks over to the passenger side of Maeve's car.
She doesn't bite. You're thin blood.
Wait, wasn't there 5 of them?
I believe May said she'd gotten 4 of them. That she had 4. I think it was 5 that was in. I think they had divided up into groups of 5, basically.
Okay.
Would this have been the group that the one
Chick ran out of?
Yeah.
Did
You'd
they
have to
find
ask
the
him.
Chick from?
Okay. She would ask him and be like, "Hey, were you with?" And she would give them.
Yeah, they were the ones on that were staying at the place on University,
Alright.
which is the one that Abla and her group went to check out, and they found the stray.
Alright. Let's just have a nice ride back. Nothing happening.
They seem to be relieved to hear that that the one of theirs that got away was found safely. Less relieved when they hear it's the Assamites that have her, but
They
That's
ain't
just a
gonna
general
eat her or
reputation.
nothing.
I hear that's what the Assamites do.
They came out to. Folks have been helping. I mean, it ain't like the whole Hee Haw gang coming together singing Kumbaya, holding hands, but they ain't pissing on us when we're on fire. Wait, that was a bad analogy. I'm really tired, guys. I apologize.
One of them sitting in the back, pat you on the shoulder. It's been a day or two for all of us.
Yeah. Well, any of you got Bree Bree's number?
All 3 of them in the car are like, "Oh yeah, oh no, I take that back." When they divided up, they were careful about that. So yeah, one of them's like, "Oh yeah."
Give her a call. Let's see. potentially what to do with y'all. 'Cause I know they found Eddie, so I don't know. If
The one
people
like
are-
chicks. Oh yeah, Eddie called us last night.
I don't know if he's gonna want to say get back out of town or what.
I don't know. I mean, he called last night, and found out what was going on. And, we filled him in on everything, but where are we getting out of town? Where
I
have they
no
set up
idea.
Have they set? Oh, okay.
But I'm assuming those two putting their heads together, figuring something out. And she'll leave it at that and just keep driving.
Yeah, alrighty. Alright, so y'all head back into town. I assume everybody else has gotten dressed to go visit grandmothers.
Mm-hmm.
Where are y'all going to drop these thin bloods off at?
Wherever Bree and Eddie say might be a good place to drop them off. She's not gonna be like, all right, here's the Target parking lot. You're on your own. Bye.
I was just thinking, drop them off at the Target. Or actually, I was thinking, drop them off at the movie theater. Where's Bree? Oh, they're all watching a movie.
Actually, that should be like,
It's somewhere.
Yeah.
It's somewhere they could park in a crowd and sit down somewhere to talk.
she'll just find out wherever Bree and Eddie are, and if they want to group all of them up, she'll group them all up.
So yeah, Bree gives you a. Yeah, it will be the Carmack, the movie theater
It was out
parking
in
lot.
March.
They're not in there watching a movie, but yeah, meet up in one of the kind of the side area of the theater parking lot. You get there, Bree steps up. So they literally just had somebody rescue him and keep him.
You're gonna have to ask them a bit more. I'm just the Uber.
During the drive, they had mentioned, being blindfolded in the van, hearing the shot, feeling it fall over, her getting them out and loaded up. They had spent the day basically in a closed down, abandoned gas station somewhere in Lacey Spring.
There's plenty.
Yes, there is. It had some. She had some sleeping bags in there already. They'd been, spray painted over the windows. It didn't look like something that she'd been using as a regular lair, but like a quickly thrown together safe house kind of thing. So anyway, they fill Bree in on that. She's like, So now that's 8 of us. There's no way.
And there's no way.
There's no way my aunt can. Well, there's no way I could convince my aunt without let her know something was going on.
I'll see what I can whip up.
Well, I've talked to Eddie. Eddie said he was trying to find somewhere that we could hide. I let Eddie know you had found these folk, and he said he was going to try to find somewhere where he's supposed to be getting back with me, somewhere to meet up.
Okay. Oh.
Though I'm not
see
going to be
if
able
I
to fit
can-
all of them into Blackjack's car.
Yeah. She'll grab her stuff out of Oogie. Be like, I just got him back. I beg of you. Please don't let anything happen to my car.
I will not loan him to Blackjack, I promise.
Thank you. Thank you so much. She just kind of like pats her. Like, I'll try and get your CDs. Did you get your CDs out?
She's like, I have not had a chance to swing by there, but
If I get a chance, I'll try and get your CDs, and I'll put them back at work.
Okay.
All right. She'll take the work keys and like her apartment key off the keychain. It's just the car key.
All right, so they start loading up in the cars. Ruby basically, we're just going to kind of stay on the move until Eddie gets back with us.
Yeah.
And then they take off.
Really hope my car doesn't get beat to shit again.
Samuel, what have you been doing while after getting the texts from all of them and after feeding? What have you been up to?
Honestly, probably trying to research everything he can about the Bali and the demons they run into.
Okay, you gonna use your personal library for that, or check out the I keep wanting to say coterie. It's not coterie.
Chantry?
Chantry. Thank you.
Honestly, he's going to actually go by the Chantry to do some research,
Okay.
but also is a way to look in to see like what the hell is going on with the rest of the Tremere right now.
Is this vampire world on fire, or is it just our corner?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
Probably just our corner.
Everyone else is fine.
It's the way I always say it is somebody is having a vacation in Hawaii. It's not us, but somebody is.
Just somebody.
Somebody's having their best day ever. It's not us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where did I know I wrote down all the Tremere names somewhere. Oh wait, no. That's right. I've got my list of random NPC names. And then
Yeah.
I checked next to or I asterished all the Tremere. Anyway, you pull up to the Chantry with no trouble. Not a lot of cars there at the moment, though. There we are.
Okay, he's gonna.
I mean, there's a couple, but it's not clearly it's
Yeah.
not everybody here. Okay, there's the list. You get inside. As soon as the door opens, it's one of the, one of Alejandro's ghouls that acts as kind of the doorman.
Yeah.
Ah, Master Samuel. Good evening.
Good evening.
Rumor is you were busy last night.
A little bit, yes.
Things have been hopping around here as well.
Have they?
Yes. Mr. Let's see, how would he refer to? Miss Jackie and Mr. Tom are still here. The Master Alejandro and the rest of them are out and about. Apparently, the upper echelons here in the city are all in a tizzy.
I can imagine.
There is going to be a meeting at the Elysium later tonight. The country club at the Ledges.
Mhm.
Now, I was supposed to let you know that you and your coterie should be there. Should you happen to swing by and not have already heard.
Well, I was informed that our kindly old grandmother has asked for our presence, so they might have something to do with it.
Yes, it's my understanding most of the Primogen will be there.
Of course.
I'm not sure if that's where Master Alejandro is now or not.
Potentially. suppose we will see. Have a little bit of research I need to do, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh yes, of course, sir. Of course. As you're walking through the chantry, that's the rooms in the chantry, you seem to be laid out a little different every time you're here.
Mm-hmm.
You, of course, know the pattern this takes, but it would be very confusing for someone not of the clan if they got in here.
Yeah.
But as you're walking, Jackie steps out of one room.
Mm-hmm.
Book in hand. Seems to be researching something. Oh, Samuel.
Hello.
Wasn't expecting to see you here tonight.
Well, things have been a little bit crazy as of late.
Yeah, open attacks. People claiming that the Bali. I hadn't even heard of the Bali before all this.
Oh no, well that's true.
She's like, most of the books I've been checking just say they're either mythological or extinct. It's like they can't really agree on which.
Well, either a myth or something that's extinct decided to attack us last night.
And then she notices where you look a little crispy, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, did they burn you?
They are skilled in the art.
First the Banu Hakim, and then these guys. How many more people are going to show up using blood sorcery?
Who knows?
She's like, it's making me feel less special. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Well, honestly, I'm using what we have available to us. I mean, I know that most do not like the Banu Hakim, but they are nothing if not dogged in their pursuit of the Bali.
Oh, so what brings you by here?
A bit of research, of a personal nature.
Oh, do you need any help?
I should be alright for now, but I'll let you know if I do.
Oh, all right.
Have a good night.
Oh, you too.
I have to get this done quick, as apparently I'm being summoned.
Yeah, they probably want to talk about the scuffle.
More than likely.
Yeah, she stands there where you walk off.
Hmm.
As she steps across the hallway into the other room that she was headed to, you hear somebody in there snickering at her as the door shuts. Alright, so what are we researching?
He's gonna see if there's any research that might have survived on like demons or anything like that. Any kind of weaknesses or...
Okay. Let's see here. Alright, that will be your... It'll be intelligence and occult.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give yourself an extra dice for using the Chantry Library.
Okay. Anything else?
No. Intelligence, occult, +1. That's should be fine.
I max rolled that.
Oh,
Nice.
very
Love
nice.
you again.
Nice.
That
Making up
was
for all those bad rolls.
that
When you-
was Every single dice succeeded.
When you said that, I thought they were all tens. I was like, oh no.
That would have been something.
What happened? He saw beyond. He saw too much.
Yeah.
Well, he started speed reading the Necronomicon, and the next thing we know, he's tearing the library apart.
He has become the plane of hell.
Which is on brand for our coterie.
Yeah.
You find plenty of weaknesses. The trick is it varies from demon to demon. It's like there's multiple places they're pulled from. Some of them are kind of your traditional from the pits of hell demons. Some of them are from other layers of reality. Some of them, they call it. It's like they're calling them demons because they don't really have another word for them.
Okay.
You find rumors that the lupines fight a certain type or collection of types. Try to focus more on the Bali. The Bali, the ones they deal with, seem to be more your stereotypical kind of demons.
Okay.
Usually the more bestial ones, though they have been known to summon more intellectual ones. Some can pass themselves off as human. Some are more deal makers and seductresses. As opposed to the one you fought at the farm was pretty much just a guard dog, attack animal kind of thing.
Right.
May or may not have been of human level intelligence, but but it was intended to be a physical threat to be used against people.
Right.
You find no references to anything particularly demonic in the area, because of course, this being the Huntsville coterie, there would be information on kind of the local supernatural communities and stuff.
Right.
And the occasional oddball little cult might have come through, or rumors of somebody being a witch, or stuff of that nature may crop up, but nothing. You don't find any hints of anything that would be like sleeping up under the city or buried up under the city. Which seem to be, from what you've picked up, is what the Bali seem to think is going on. And of course, you have that one little fragment from the previous Chantry's library. Though there was nothing about that makes you think demonic. It was just the previous head of the Chantry had apparently hidden something under the city. You don't know if that'd be related or not.
Yeah.
But some demons are very weak to items of a religious nature. Much like some kindred are.
Yeah.
Certain mortals that seem to have a strong faith can repel them. Again, much like with the kindred. But it really depends on which type you're dealing with, and a lot of them can do things with fire, but not all of them. Their claws are like kindred claws. Their teeth, like kindred and lupine. With a 7, I really feel like I should give you something super useful.
Honestly, I'm just happy that I even got that.
The 7 successes. That is a reward in itself.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's never gonna happen again.
Yeah, too.
I know my dice.
You find some of the books that you're needing to look through have already been pulled out and were sitting on tables.
Huh.
Uh,
Interesting.
one book in particular was already open to a section. Talking about dark thaumaturgy, not a how to, but how some dark thaumaturgists, had made deals with these creatures. The clans pretty much outlawed this, but it still happens from time to time. Some Tremir's lust for power gets a little too strong.
Yeah.
They go in directions they shouldn't. But the book is actually trying to compare, the Bali, what the Bali do. Is it an actual discipline? Is it just dark thaumaturgy?
Yeah.
Comparing kind of what they've been seen to do. It's one of the few books that doesn't talk about the Bali like they're a myth or, already extinct.
Mm-hmm.
The first time you've run across this book.
Interesting.
Of course, this isn't a subject you've really researched before, so.
Yeah.
But someone has clearly been here already kind of researching some of these subjects.
Which is interesting. So he'll take note of that. Take what notes he has to, or what notes he can, out of it. If not, take that book.
He's mine now.
There's also a few notes on how to disrupt summoning rituals and stuff if you catch them, in the midst of it. Or
Yeah, he's definitely making very careful note of that.
now you have to be careful because in some cases disrupting it doesn't stop it from showing up. It just stops the summoner from being in control.
Yeah.
As you're finishing up, Tom, what was his last name? Tom, Geewax, Gwax. It's the problem with random name lists. Anyway, Tom comes in. Kind of as you're finishing up. I hope I'm not disturbing you, Doctor. Alejandro wanted me to clean up in here before he got back.
Of course.
I should have already done it, but got involved and got sucked into some research I was doing. And he goes to start putting some of the books away. Of course, you're kind of sitting with a pile, so any of them he picks up, he makes sure you're not.
Yeah, he'll tap the book he's looking at. It's like, who pulled this out?
I'm not entirely certain. Master Alejandro was I know he was doing some research in here earlier. Is what I was coming in here to straighten up, but he kind of looks over. He kind of steps over and glances at it. Oh well. I guess that makes sense considering what's going on.
Could. Would this trigger any kind of premonitions, considering what's been going on?
Let's see. Premonitions can be visions. They can also just be impressions. You get the distinct impression. It's like you can feel how nervous he is that you have this book.
How nervous the guy that I'm talking to is?
Mm-hmm.
Are you alright?
Yeah, he doesn't look nervous when you look at him. Oh, yes, I'm quite all right. I mean, it's disturbing subject matter, but even by the standards that we deal with.
Yes, it is. Had a run-in with one of them before. A demon.
Let's see. You know, that is probably not something that would have gotten around. So Tom's like, oh, recently or back in the old country?
Old country.
Are they as nasty as the book makes them out to be?
Some can. Some are little more than guard dogs. Others are a great deal more insidious.
It's probably why we're not supposed to mess around with them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
You know, while he's talking to you, he's putting books up. And once he's got the rest of the books up, he's kind of, you know, I'm assuming the one you were pointing at is the one that's still open. It's like he's standing there just kind of waiting for you to finish with that one.
I know Alejandro usually looks to me for things such as this, to study and figure out how to defeat. Would you mind if I take this with me for further study?
Well, you know, generally not allowed to take books out of the chantry.
Oh, yes. This is why I'm asking first.
Well, that would really be up to Alejandro. Now I know there's supposed to be some sort of meeting at the country club tonight. Perhaps you could ask him then.
Perhaps.
He kind of puts one of his hands on the book, like, you know, like he's just shy of trying to slide it out from under your hand.
Seem awfully intent on getting this away from me.
Well, I was supposed to have it cleaned up, you know, before now. I mean, I don't know that Alejandro will be back before the meeting at Elysium, but I certainly would not want him to think that I had been procrastinating and getting my work done.
Tell you what, and he'll pull the book back and close it. I'll take it with me and ask him myself. And if not, I'll bring it back.
It'd probably be better to ask first. I mean, I wouldn't want him to get upset at you or at me. Because that's one of the books he usually keeps locked in his office.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I was supposed to have already put it back.
Was he reading it or you?
Oh, he was doing the research.
Oh, he was.
Yes. I mean, I helped him do some research before. I have seen passages from the book, but I haven't really studied the book in its entirety.
Interesting. Do you happen to know what in particular he was looking for?
I think generally researching the Bali since they've become a threat to the city. He wanted to make sure that we could be the deciding factor in a conflict rather than any of our more recent competitors.
Oh, I understand. Brushing up on his knowledge, then, hoping to use it before the Banu Hakim could.
Yes.
Understandable.
Rumor is that they've been tangling with the Bali since prehistory, so he felt they were probably already at an advantage.
Trying to narrow the gap, so to speak.
Yes.
Ah, that makes sense.
We do not want the prince to become more dependent on them than he is on us.
That I can understand. Well, go on ahead then.
You give him the book?
Yeah, he'll sort of just set the book down on the table and sort of tap it.
Ah, very good then. I'm sure Alejandro won't have any issue with you, with you studying it, but especially after the loss of the last library, he's very, very cautious about certain tomes.
Understand.
And then he takes the book, kind of, hustles out of the room. Doesn't run, but he kind of, he's in a hurry.
Grabs it and speed walks.
Tucks it under his arm and sprints with like one arm out.
It's like football.
Yeah. Samuel just sitting here going, that's very strange. Yeah.
On the other hand, is the Tremere Chantry. Strange is the order of the day, generally.
Well, it is, but that he seems very reticent and nervous that Samuel even had it.
He was told, "Don't let Samuel see this shit."
Yeah.
And he screwed up.
This is
Samuel
not for
saw it.
Samuel.
And you do know that Tom has been in trouble before about dragging his feet to do stuff he doesn't want to do.
Okay.
Kind of your chore type stuff.
Yeah. Makes
So that
sense.
part's not completely out of character.
True. Okay.
All right, so time comes around for the Elysium.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else distracting going on before then.
The clothes changing montage that Blackjack has.
Would
It's like a
that
s- it's-
count as distracting?
It's like a Sailor Moon transformation.
You see him in front of the mirror in his usual clothes. Nah, that won't do. You see him in like the
The
Magnum
whole
PI
soundtrack.
Hawaiian shirt. No. Then he's there in the Borat,
Absolutely not.
banana hammock, and his and then finally in the
He's got some nice slacks. He's got a nice form-fitting button-up. It's not like too much because he thinks if he flexes it'll the whole thing. But it's good. It's well fitted.
You're not going to super impress anybody at Elysium, but
He's
the
also got
harpy won't be
leather
turning her
jacket
nose up at you, maybe.
He's also got the leather jacket over it, which probably ruins the whole thing, but it's fine.
It doesn't
always just change
fit,
it.
but it's leather jackets are such a brouhaha thing that's not really going to make nobody's going to make a stink of it. As long as it's not a beat up one.
No, it's nice.
It's like you're wearing a suit just with a leather jacket instead of the usual suit coat.
It's the history teacher on Casual Friday.
Yeah.
All right.
Walking in looking like beat up school punks going to prom.
They're dressed nice, but man, looks like they've been through a meat grinder.
I mean,
That
to
check
be
looks
fair, they
fine.
kind of have. Some of them, anyway.
I mean, Maeve more through a flame, but that's fine.
Through the fire and... Sorry.
She's still alive.
The way.
Alive as she can get.
As you show up at Elysium, I assume Maeve probably carries Jolene.
Not Aries, but
Well, he says you loaned your car.
yeah. Well, she'll ride with Maeve.
Oh yeah, you had your outfit in the back of your car.
She pulled it out.
She did.
Yeah, she said
did.
she pulled her outfit out.
Oh,
handed
okay.
the keys to Bree. Took the apartment and work keys off of it, so it was just the car key.
All right. So y'all get there at different times, but
Mm-hmm.
As you walk in, it's quite a crowd. It's not everybody in the city, but it's a lot of folk.
Yeah.
Blackjack, you're in your truck, of course.
Do they let me through?
They stop you.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Do I know if this person's mortal or not?
Usually the people in the guardhouse are.
One more time, sorry.
Usually the people in the guardhouse are.
Okay.
They're not always in the know.
I will activate off.
Well, he seems a little cowed, but he's still checking his list.
Yeah, that's fine. I said, oh, not Daunt.
What was your name, sir?
I go by sorry. I go by Blackjack. It's a nickname I have amongst the people here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that actually is on the list. Okay.
I appreciate you,
Well, you have a fine evening, sir.
and you as well.
Yeah. Sorry for the holdup. Yeah. He
No,
raises the-
absolutely. Understandable. You're just doing your job.
And there's probably a picture next to the window. Do not let this vehicle in. Oh, well, he was on the list today, though. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really the same thing when Maeve's car pulls up, you know. Except it's not a beat up old truck, so you know they're a little less disbelieving. But you know they just get both of your names. Okay, you're both on the list.
It's a beat up old truck and a dude in like very nicely dressed.
Yeah.
And
You
the
know,
leather jacket just kind of like.
you know, when Samuel shows up, it's they look out long enough. They, once they get a good look at you, they just raise the gate because they know you live here.
Yeah.
And you may have some kind of pass or ID or something you hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-pass.
Or it might even just be something you have on your person that something scans it and lets you in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, because that sort of thing can get stolen, kindred or paranoid.
Yeah.
So you all arrive at different times. You walk in. Like I said, most everybody's there. You see the Brat Pack as soon as you get there. Marcy's there greeting people.
Alexander came up through one of the things.
Or one of us.
Unless he was riding with somebody.
I mean,
Somebody has to pick up Alexander.
we can make it a toss up, or he can just have contently gone through the sewer network and just said, "Hey, I'll get there eventually."
I'll just show up at the party smelling like sewer.
Yeah, no, if he's gonna be dressed tonight, somebody has to pick him up.
Yeah.
I
Like
could have
how
gotten.
on,
I could have
guess-
gotten him, or Maeve. Doesn't matter.
like how on camera it looks like, interviewing one of those people who wants their identity hidden.
Yeah.
It does.
The anonymous tipster from Dateline.
Mm-hmm.
From every Dateline.
Absolutely.
Anyway, y'all all get there regardless. And like I said, you see the Brat Pack, you see Marcy. She greets. Let's see. Blackjack, she just makes eye contact with and gives a slight nod. Samuel, she greets by name and shakes his hand or whatever.
And he'll ask if she's enjoyed the gift.
She has. It's been wonderful.
Wonderful. He'll mention, well, if there's still time, that his sire is planning to make a visit, so perhaps might be able to procure some more.
Oh, that would be wonderful. She'd very much like to meet your sire. Jolene, she just kind of looks over.
Just gives the respectful nod.
Maybe even Alexander she greets by name.
Immediately going to find Grandmother Dorcas.
None of the Primitives seem to be out and mingling. You see the Ventru clan whip. The Seneschal is out and about.
In that case, I'm going to see if Delv is out.
Let's see, which one is he now?
He's one of my points of contact. He's a deputy, but he's a Nosferatu deputy.
You do not see any of the deputies here.
Okay. No.
Let's see.
There's pretty much just a lot of high-ranking folks here right now.
Well, the Brat Pack's here. They're not particularly high-ranking.
Yeah, but there's
And you see other coteries, other people that have their own little mini domains. You kind of figure the deputies are probably out patrolling, doing their thing, considering you've got active, enemy agents, so to speak, running around. But the sheriff is here. The Scourge is here. He doesn't step over and speak to you, Jolene, but when he catches your eye, he gives you a big smile. Just a little shy of the buddy Jesus.
she's not sure how to reply to that, so she just kind of smiles and nods back. Because she's wondering if he got the story of her throwing a guy.
But, let's see. You don't see any Nosferatu here, which is not especially unusual. These things you usually only see Grandmother Dorcas and sometimes the Clan Whip.
I swear to God, I'm gonna get sentiency one of these days, and it's gonna be over for these people.
Scylla and Charybdis are here.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's always hit or miss whether or not you see them, even though they're almost always here if the prince is going to be here.
Yeah.
And they're in very much kind of the Secret Service kind of suits, modified to fit their unique physiques. But they look at y'all when y'all come in, but there's a mess of people around.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you particularly want to speak to?
Old Bobby Bedlam, if he's around.
I believe old Mr. Bedlam is around.
I'd like to see him again. I still have all up, but just hanging around with it.
It's a Brujah thing.
It really is.
A lot of people seem to be paying attention to you. Oh, yeah.
Bobby,
Blackjack.
good to see you.
Oh, it's good
How
to see you.
been? Are you feeling better?
Oh, yes. I was having an off night, whenever that was, at the old bank.
It happens to the best of us.
It's just, I start thinking about those thin bloods and what they're bringing down on us.
They're not though.
You don't know that, though.
Neither do you.
You don't know if they're just the symptom or if they're the cause. Does causality even apply? Maybe they're the effect before the cause.
I don't think they are. And even if they are, they're still, whether we like it or not, they're still among us, and they're just gonna keep popping up.
They're monsters.
So are we.
And all of a sudden, it's like he's, back in a good mood. That's a fair point.
It's good to see you, Bobby.
Yes,
Pat him
yes,
on the
it's good to
shoulder.
see you. Any idea what all this is about tonight?
I don't. I don't actually. So it'll be interesting to find out.
Oh,
Just
David
once
just
again.
said. David just said we should all show up.
David.
Oh, you recognize that name? It's the Malkavian Primogen. His name David Catham. Yeah, Catham
Gotcha.
or Chatham. Chatham, excuse me, Chatham.
Chat.
There's an H in there.
All right. Well,
Uh,
I'm sure it'll be well worth our time, in one way or another.
oh, it's probably about all those. How would you put it? Satanists that are running around. Dreadful business.
Yes, that is
Being-
something we can agree on.
Being a monster is not bad enough.
Got to bring Mo in, and no, absolutely not. I agree with you on that one.
And their presence is going to bring together the brothers in arms.
Brothers in arms.
What?
Nothing.
Oh,
It's alright. You was just doing the thing you usually do. It's alright. I don't.
thing that I usually do. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you just every now and again. I've noticed it. It's just every now and then you just say something, and it's like something you sound supremely confident in, and it like catches me off guard for a second because you're usually like this aloof type of person, and then you just say something with such clarity, and that is just something I hang on to.
He's like, I always speak clearly. I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm glad my words have weight with you.
They do, and I appreciate when we do the opportunities we do get to talk. Don't piss off the milk. Don't piss off the milk. Don't piss off the milk.
Oh, what could possibly bad happen about that? They're just the funny clan.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Depends on who's playing them.
The Banu Hakim show up shortly after y'all. Well, Abla and the two soldiers, basically.
Yeah.
You do not see her father.
Okay.
Let's see. She comes over and greets you, after speaking with Marcy briefly, and, the sheriff steps over and speaks to her.
Yeah.
With them is a, what looks like a teenager. Short hair, at a distance, you might mistake him for a boy. Just very tomboyish.
Uh-huh.
She looks very nervous to be here.
Okay.
Is it the little thin blood?
Pardon?
The one thin blood that escaped?
Well, Abla and her crew found him. And, well, yeah, I forgot you've met all the ones in the domain. So, yes, you recognize them.
Julian just kind of like looks over like, would
We're getting raided.
you like me to take care of your young charge for you?
We were actually planning to drop her off with you if you had somewhere safe to put her.
I'll keep her under wing, during the event if you'd like me to. I think she might be a little bit more comfortable.
Oh, we get along pretty well, but yes, she might very well be.
Julian,
I've assured her nobody here is going to bite her, or in all likelihood even pay her any attention.
Just kind of put an arm around her like, come on, let's go get a drink.
Yeah, that sounds nice. She's like, I am so out of place here.
Oh, welcome to the club. You get used to it. Just act like you belong. Just chin up, square your shoulders.
She is, however, wearing clothes that fit in.
She'll notice that and be like, "You look the part. Now just play the part. We'll just."
Why is
We'll get
that
out
lady
of
over
this.
there staring at us like that?
Blanchette.
Jeanette. Or was it Blanchette?
I think Blanchette's her last name.
That's right. Jeanette Blanchette. That's right.
She kind of looks. She's jealous she don't look this good, and just kind of keeps walking.
You look good. I'm not denying that, but I don't think that's what it is.
She's got to stick up her ass about it. Everyone's got to stick up their ass about it.
Oh, I take that back. This girl knows exactly who that is, because Jeanette's the one that tattoos all the Thin Bloods. Never mind.
Let's go get a drink.
And there's a little
Legit.
cluster of Toreador over there, and they all give you the stink eye to some degree, but
Ignores him. Gets her and the gal a drink, and just kind of finds a nice wall to stay against, within eye shot of all of the coterie.
Mm,
she's gonna be over here in the wide open.
No, not the wide open. There's like a back to. She's got her back to a wall.
But there's no dark corners to be snatched into, no doorways close by.
Yeah, we're good.
Uh,
Considering the past 3 days, this is nice, safe territory.
so you're here for a little bit. Oh, Maeve, you do see Colin.
Okay.
Jolene, you see was it Richard?
I don't know. The one Kadif?
No, well, he's here, but that's not who I was thinking of. Russell Yu.
Oh,
Russell Yu is here.
She kind of gives him a look. A little bit of a nod.
He looks really surprised to see you.
It's kind of like, funny how worlds collide, huh?
Yeah, I would not have thought about someone at a Waffle House, really. He's standing next to a tall African fella who's dressed in kind of an African style, like, the little flat hat thing, and like business, like it's business attire, formal attire, but
Yeah. Very.
and when he asks Russell to introduce him to his friend, he's got an actual African accent. And Russell. He remembers that your name is Jolene, so he is able to introduce.
She'll introduce herself and the gal with her.
Oh, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure's mine.
I hear there is some unpleasantness going to be discussed tonight.
Considering the current climate going on around, I would assume there would be some unpleasantness being discussed tonight. I'm not sure which unpleasantness, but I'm sure it'll be addressed in one way or another.
Before he can say anything else, a little gong kind of sounds. Well,
Gives him
less of a gong and more of somebody tapping on the edge of a wine glass.
a nod and kind of turns attention.
The doors to the side open, much like the last time you were here, that the Primogen all came in at once. That's kind of what they're doing.
She'll also kind of shift closer to where the rest of the coterie is.
Scylla and Charybdis have stepped up and are kind of flanking the door as it opens. The Primogen file out and take spots. With them is Obla's father. Now, when they all kind of take their seats, Obla's father has a seat over to one side separate from them, but still kind of up on the little slight stage area. The Prince and Lady Deschler come in last. He basically walks her to her seat. She sits down, then he steps forward to address the gathered kindred.
Mm-hmm.
My kindred of the city. What would the term be? Crap. What would a prince call the people under him?
Subject?
Subjects, probably.
I guess subjects would be. I was trying to think if they had a specific term they tended to use, but we'll go with subjects.
Depends on the type of. Maybe they want to be like my fellow kindred, depending on.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, he steps forward and addresses the kindred of my domain of Huntsville. I have unfortunate news. As of last night, we are at war. A force wielding unnatural powers has entered our domain, or entered my domain. Ransacked businesses, taken. He will use the term subjects here, or taken citizens of the domain. Ones in the lower class, ones they thought we would not miss. But it is a violation of our domain. A violation of the rules of hospitality. A violation of the traditions. So I will be imposing on all of you to come together and help me drive this menace out of our city. At this point, some people start making comments. You hear somebody go, "If they're just after the thin blood, let them have them and they'll leave."
Let's beat their ass.
A lot of people around you are like, yeah, let's beat their ass. Because you've still had your all going.
Let's totally kick their ass.
And everybody in the crowd, it starts to become kind of an uproar. The prince doesn't look particularly disturbed by it, though. It's like he's letting them have a few minutes to.
Their system.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like there was a pause in his speech because he was expecting this at this time. And we're well after 9, so I guess we will wrap up with his declaration of war.
I was sitting there going, like,
I'm letting it happen.
yeah, I was so into it, I wasn't even checking the time.
I'm just like, let's keep on going because we started a little late.
Yeah. Might as well. We did get rated. Let's give him something.
Okay.
A lot of convincing.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go on till go ahead and go until 9:30, I guess. Oh man, we do have a lot of them in there. Shoot.
Yeah, we do. That's I was sitting there going, we should give him a little something since they rated us.
War.
And we
So-
love it, guys.
So eventually he quietens. Finally quietens everybody down. Sure, rumors have been spread. Sure, the rumors have gotten around of the body. A threat that we had thought extinct, if not mythical to begin with. They seem to wield some sort of dark thaumaturgy. And you see Abla's father kind of when he says that. Like maybe he's not in complete agreement on that. Interestingly, Alejandro has about the same expression on his face.
They're agreeing on something.
Yep, it's real bad.
But an attempt was made against the Thin Bloods. Specifically the ones that had been dwelling. Oh, would he know? Yeah, he wouldn't bother with that. They had been hiding in various motels. I'm sure you heard about the attacks. 2 groups of them seem to have been taken. Our understanding is that the Balir are planning to use them in some sort of ritual. Primogen Alejandro is researching to see what this might be and what methods could be used to stop it. The sheriff's loyal deputies are, of course, out keeping the peace. We've also arranged for an increased police presence to simply to put the screws to them. Anyone in one of those unmarked vans they've been using is getting pulled over and checked out. Any unfamiliar kindred are being staked and brought to me. Due to the efforts of the Jones Valley Coterie, we have several prisoners that we have been interrogating. Some of them seem to be hangers-on from other clans, but at least 2 of them seem to be true Bali. They've given us nothing so far, but it's early yet. And the Scourge in particular is quite good at extracting information. Travis at this point kind of stands up, takes a little bow. Samuel, perhaps you could step forward and tell us how this fight how would you put it? How this fight came about in your domain last night.
Of course, my lord.
Beach.
He will get up and go where he was directed to by the prince.
Yeah, just up there on the stage.
Right. Well, to begin with, we were tracking further information to present to the Primogen Council, and we did encounter and eliminate one of the demons that they had summoned. This, however, left us mildly short-handed, and we got there slightly late to the battle, but they were dispatched. They were tracking one of the groups of the Thin Bloods that had been hiding via a thaumaturgical ritual implanted from an agent within the city. We used that ritual to trap them, to basically bring them to us, and we staged our own ambush. Now, to be clear, for any that are going to be battling the Bali, do be warned that there are some amongst their number that are skilled with wielding hellfire. And he'll pull his outfit down a little bit to like show the burns on his body.
And there's mumblings and rumblings in the crowds over that. They don't get unruly. It's kind of,
Right. So do be cautious. Make sure you're on your feet. if you are to battle. However, the battle did go apace, as expected, with only minor hiccups, as the flow of battle ever is, for no plan ever survives first contact with the enemy. Many of the Bali were given final death, and we captured those that we could within reasonable safety parameters for the survival of our own coterie to turn over to the Primogen for interrogation.
And the city thanks you for your work, Doctor.
Of course.
Where was this demon located at?
We tracked them to one of their hideouts, about approximately 40 minutes or so north of the city. There was evidence of recent ritual. I did not have a chance to examine it more fully to figure out what the ritual entailed. However, the demon was dispatched before we got there, or before we entered the home. And we did find the corpse of one of the Thin Bloods that had been drained to final death, likely to power the ritual.
So this was outside of my domain.
It was. It was our hope to eliminate any demonic incursion before they reached the domain and threatened your subjects.
40 minutes.
The Hollywood area, my lord.
That's usually where old Herschel lived.
Does that name sound familiar?
To you, not particularly, no.
Okay.
He sees you confused. He's like, it was an old gang rule, a bit of a lone wolf. Stayed there on his own.
Farmhouse?
I don't know where his haven. I do not know where his haven was. I simply know he claimed Hollywood.
Understood.
But it's so small. There was no real competition.
Of course. The battle did take place at a farmhouse, if that means anything.
I'll need the location.
Of course, I will have it to you as soon as this is over. It was my hope, actually, since the Banu Hakim and myself have been working together on this, that sort of as a joint cooperative effort, we might be able to examine the ritual that took place there and try to figure out further what happened to better give ourselves knowledge to combat the Bali.
That seems reasonable. I'll dispatch. We'll send you with them, let you do your investigation, as I dispatch people up there to clean the site up.
Of course.
It's out of my domain, but still, we must preserve the masquerade. And perhaps find out if old Herschel is still in the area. If they killed him. Or if he defected, like much of my clan, he may have left the area. He wasn't the sort that stayed in touch.
Of course. We'll say from the outside, aside from the demon that was patrolling, it did not appear to have any outward appearance of any masquerade breach. It was only when we entered the home that it became apparent.
That means we probably have time then.
Of course.
Let's see. And he gestures that you can step down. He calls Abla up. She tells him what they discovered. In the around the hotel that they investigated. That they found the thin blood that had escaped. She refrains from pointing to said thin blood.
Yeah.
Though a few people in the room kind of glance over at Jolene and the young lady, who's I'll have a name for next week. Let's see. I'm trying to think of who else got involved in all this. Really, that's about it. But anyway, he begins telling everyone to stay on high alert. They're passing out numbers that you can contact the sheriff from. He's hesitant to use this technology. He expects everyone to be very, low key with it. Do not drop any sensitive information over it. Simply use this number to contact the sheriff and let him know you need to speak with him, and then you can meet him somewhere. And they will have someone at any Elysium in the city. You can pop in and leave a message with someone. They'll have ghouls, low-ranking members of the clan. Somebody will be there. Grandmother Dorcas has her people out, and will have her people out in force gathering any information they can. And he is going to have the Tremere and the Banu Hakim working together to come at it from the blood sorcery angle. While he's talking through all this, Jolene, your phone starts buzzing.
She's like, every freaking time I'm in a meeting, I'm kind of like,
Bzzz.
slides out,
Bzzz.
looks at
The
it.
people closest to you turn and look at you.
It is on vibrate, so that's about it. She's kind of
Yeah, it's
slides it out.
just the ones right around you that hear anything.
She looks at the number.
It's Bree's number.
Frick. She kind of gently grabs her buddy's arm, and just makes her way towards the door as unobtrusively as she can. Picks it up and says, "Quiet for just a second." And make sure she's outside of the door before she fully picks it up.
Give me
Oh boy.
composure.
Fantastic. Composure what? Or just
Uh,
great composure.
Composure etiquette or composure stealth?
So they're both pretty good in this situation.
Composure stealth. It's not that you're trying to hide, it's just they're trying to be like not real noticeable.
I actually got the point. I've got dots in this. If I can figure out how to roll it, we'll be doing good. Okay, there we are. I've got dots in it, but my dice don't like me.
Two's not bad.
Two's not terrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
she like
can
rolled like
re-roll maybe.
You're not going like stage whisper. Excuse me. Boom, people out of the way.
Out of the way.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, she's gonna will. Well, is two good enough, or do I need to will?
No.
You know,
Two's gonna be fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
I mean, right here, the
So
end.
nobody is. I mean, people are noticing, but not.
Yeah.
Not like on a just the people you're passing by right by. Not. You're not making a scene as you and
No.
your buddy, you and your youthful ward. But you said you kind of answer the phone. Quiet for a minute.
Like trying to mute it as she's walking, and then when she gets outside, she'll unmute it.
It sounds like somebody's crying.
Bree, what's wrong? What's wrong?
It was a trap.
What was a trap?
I'm in the woods. I'm not sure where I'm at. Where Eddie told us to meet up at.
She's trying to keep quiet, but there's a very distinct fuck.
Now you had stepped out of the room before you answered.
Yeah, it's probably not her. She figures vampires probably hurt her because freaking ears, but just like get somewhere with a lot of people. I'll be there. I'll be there. Get somewhere safe with people. Would they have already started handing out the number for the sheriff?
No, they'd have probably done that once the speechifying is over.
Ooh, okay.
Ah, there's the.
She's going to be like, I'm gonna keep you on the line, but I'm muting you. I'm gonna get back in there. I'm gonna get a number. I'm gonna get you.
She tells you where she's at is kind of the other side of Madison. Because you have Huntsville and you have Madison City. And then Huntsville kind of scoops around Madison. So where she describes she's at is kind of halfway between like the Rocket Center, which probably isn't helping you if you don't live in Huntsville,
Not at all, but
and Mooresville.
is it still within?
Close to Greenbrier.
Like minutes wise, how far of a drive?
From where you're currently at, 20 or 30.
Okay.
Uh,
She's gonna square her shoulders and look at the thin blood beside her, who she's now I'm just gonna call her. Can I call her like June? Her name's June.
June works.
June
I have not
Master.
named the woman, so June is her name.
June, don't ever do what I'm about to do, because I think he's taking a morbid okayity with me, but just don't ever follow my example. And she walks back in and like tries to get direct eye contact with the Scourge, and just kind of taps her phone and does this.
He
And
gets up.
just maintains that eye contact.
He looks confused, like she wants me to kill her phone.
Like very serious face, like
Oh well, I'm always down to kill something. So no, he does. He clearly doesn't get what you're trying to gesture at, but he gets up and starts heading your way.
Okay.
People notice when he moves.
She's like, you know what? He's terrifying, so people aren't gonna bother him coming to me.
Some of the rest of you notice the prince kind of glance over the side as he's walking.
I'll say Samuel looks over, sees the Scourge heading for Jolene, and immediately thought his head is, fuck.
Because you step down from the stage, but you're still right up there in front.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the room's going to notice you.
Maeve's gonna kind of slowly walk over.
I drop awe and I move that way.
She has squared shoulders and like trying to fully look like Thin Blood Queen. She's like, you know what? Fuck it, let's rock it. Like,
And like all Nosferatu, I am.
he was already over in that corner, actually, Alexander.
Oh yeah, no, I'm probably just already standing behind you, like. Oh,
He followed you out the door. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He just
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm sorry. It was a
disappeared
phone call.
there.
I eavesdrop. It's what I do.
He just appears
Oh, yeah,
next
no,
to you like, sup.
oh yeah, no.
When Travis gets over to you,
I need the number for the sheriff immediately, please. They've trapped the Thin Bloods.
he whips out his phone. You know, holds it up where you can see the number.
She will give that to Bree and be like, call this number, get somewhere safe immediately.
Okay. They were following me when I came into the woods. But yeah, I'll try to make it to a road.
If you can't make it to a road, is there anywhere people close?
Well, I mean, if I get to a road, there's some houses around here. It's not an abandoned area or nothing.
Get somewhere with people. Get somewhere secure. Call them.
Okay, I'll see if I can find somebody tell them I broke down or something.
Get in contact with me when you're safe.
Okay, okay. She hangs up.
Gives a just amazing smile. Because she's got that points and all that jazz. Thank you, Mr. Denton.
Happy to help. I should probably let the prince know about this.
I will accompany you if need be.
Yeah, let's go. Steps back inside with you.
Halfway to walking towards them, and I see them go this way. I was like, oh no.
He basically walks out to the middle of the crowd and just starts walking through the middle of them, making them part.
Jolene just follows in the wake. Just kind of like keeping a hand on June, like, keep your head up, keep your shoulders square.
The prince stops what he was saying. Travis, I take it something has gone on. And that's where we're cutting for the week. Now you can be thinking about what you're going to say, how you're going to explain this when Travis goes. Anyway,
Jolene's like,
we went a little late. We got started a little late, so we'll wrap up here.
I recognize the name Anshoku.
Yes. Hope everybody that was with us most of the evening enjoyed it. I hope our rating party had fun.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday.
And let's see. Tune in tomorrow at 6 Central Time. For Monster of the Week. Then Thursday will be Descent into Avernus, which is D&D, of course. Then we're done for the weekend.
For now.
Yes, for now. We have a show coming, but it's not here quite yet. And then it'll be Cap's D&D campaign on Monday, and we will be back on Tuesday.
Back here, watching us all try not to shit our pants.
You're vampires. You couldn't actually shit your pants if you wanted to. Well, maybe the Thin Bloods. Maybe the Thin Bloods.
Flush of life to shit your pants.
All right.
Then shit my pants.
That's it. I'm throwing up the credits. We're out of here. We will see all y'all next time. Thank you for coming by.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Alright.
Sometimes what would they do in the shadows?
Ah.
Yeah.